All right, y'all. This is HeKnows the Sport bringing you that what, that heat, and that fire. And we keeping the foot on the what? On the next. We keeping the foot on the what? On the next. All right, y'all. I got Richy Rich up in the building. I got Jacob Lonewolf. Let's get them salutations out the way. Jacob Lonewolf, talk to the people.
What's going on, everybody out there? It's your boy Jake. Got-
My bad, my bad, my bad, my bad. Let me mute this. Okay, go ahead, Jacob.
Well, yeah, I just wanted to say hi to everybody out there, wherever part of the world you're at. I'm from Melbourne. I know most of your subscriber base or people that watch your channel is Americans, but I wanted to everyone to know that he knows his sports channel is being watched all over the world, and his platform is being reached through other parts of the world. So he has a strong message, and I came back the second week to give my intake on what's going on in the NBA world and basketball in general. And shout out to Richie Rich, and he knows the sport.
Salute, man. Salute to you, Jacob Lonewolf. That was some great and much needed deserved words. I'm glad to hear that my reach is reaching. Thank you for saying that, man. And the platform to support you, me and my secret partner, we support you guys, and you know what I'm saying. We support everything that you guys bring to the table. So thank you, man. Appreciate that. I'll relay that to my silent partner. Appreciate that. Richie Rich, talk to them, man.
Uh, yes, how you guys doing? Salutes to Enos, to Jacob, to all you guys in the chat. Hope you guys had a great week so far. You hope you guys have been safe with all the stuff that's going on in the world. Hope you guys are ready for some really good, interesting topics today. So we're about to come with some heat. Hope you guys are ready for the fire.
Okay, that's what's up. Salute to you, Mr. DJ Holloway. Lewis, thanks for coming in and out. I know you're running a basketball live stream. So let's get right into it, man. First topic of discussion, man. The Clippers are heating up. He knows the sport. In prediction, King strikes again. In the prediction, King strikes again, man. In prediction, King striking again fashion. I told everyone, man, the Clippers would be heating up while the Los Angeles Lakers would be declining, man. Richie Rich knows this about me, man. I have that basketball prophet, basketball visionary. Sun Tzu, aka Art of War, 7 steps ahead of the game, man. The battle is won before you stepped into the battlefield, man. I told everybody the Los Angeles Clippers are a complete basketball team that has complete arsenal. They're a team that basically brings a lot to the table. They are a team that basically can deliver the goods. They are a team that basically are a team of the sum of all parts. When you look at the Los Angeles Clippers and you look at what they bring to the table, they're dangerous. All they needed was for Kawhi Leonard to step up, and show out, and do his thing. So we have to look at the bigger picture here. What's the bigger picture? The Los Angeles Clippers. The reason why they're doing what they're doing right now is because they're starting to get more pieces together. They're starting to get more healthy. They're starting to turn things around in terms of their personnel. And Richie Rich is going to talk about that. They acquired Joakim Noah, which is huge because that's what they needed, that last piece, that big man position, in order for them to be complete. You guys have to look at what they bring to the table. They are a dangerous team. They are a team that basically is strong. They're a team that's fortified. They're a team that, they bring a lot of different facets and a lot of different variations to the table that makes them dangerous. And people need to understand, when you look at what the Los Angeles Clippers bring to the table, it was evident that they were going to do their thing. Salute to you, Shawn O. Salute to you, the lonely one. The bottom line is, when you guys look at the Los Angeles Clippers, like I told everyone, they are a sum of all parts team that's been playing with Kawhi Leonard. They haven't even had Paul George consistently. So just think about when Paul George is finally able to give consistent production, is finally able to come in and be healthy. And I believe that's going to take place right before the playoffs, leading into the playoffs. I think they're really load managing him the proper way and the right way. And you're going to see he's going to be evident and he's going to be available and ready to go. The Los Angeles Lakers, on the other hand, they don't have a third option. And they made the mistake in the mid-season trade deadline to not acquire Marcus Morris. I don't know why they're holding on to Kyle Kuzma. You have a bunch of these ignorant Lakers fans that think that Kyle Kuzma is this going to be this potential guy. And I've been trying to tell you guys this stuff in Prediction King fashion. You guys wasn't listening to me. Why are they holding on to Kyle Kuzma? Kyle Kuzma didn't pan out in the KB 2-4 days. If he didn't pan out then, how's he going to pan out now? So you guys have to think, man. You guys have to use your brains, man. Don't allow yourselves to be like these brain full of mush and brainwashed dodo heads. You got to be smart out here in these basketball streets. You got to have what's called the true basketball eye test, and you got to see things for what it is. You got to be able to state the most common sense and state the most obvious. So the truth of the fact of the matter is Kyle Kuzma is what he is. He is a glorified J.R. Smith. I told you guys this. One day he shows up, one day he doesn't. The problem with people is they have so much affinity to their team, the Los Angeles Lakers, they don't want to see the truth for what it is. And I told you guys, you need to seriously ask yourself that pivotal question. The problem with 97% of the people on the planet is they don't like change. They don't like it because change means pressure. And I told you guys about pressure. 97% of the people on the planet, pressure versus pipes. 3% are best friends with pressure. You can never beat pressure. You either just have to accept it and become best friends with it, or it's going to burst your damn pipes. There's never going to be no leverage over it because pressure is what it is. It's pressure. The question is, can you handle it or do you succumb to it? And that's what people need to understand. Only 3% can handle it. The 97% succumbs to it. So these 97%ers are like, no, I'm a Lakers fan. I'm going to be a Lakers fan. Lakers not doing anything to merit and exceed expectation, but I'm a Lakers fan. Does that make any sense to you? When the Clippers are sitting here, Steve Ballmer, damn near one of the richest guys on the planet, not just the richest in general, but one of the richest guys on the planet, he's sitting here investing all of his resources with his $65 billion self to make sure that Kawhi Leonard has the goods that can deliver the goods. Look at that. They got Marcus Morris. They turn around and got you Reggie Jackson. They turn around and got you Joakim. No, I mean, come on. This is the team in LA that's showing up and showing out. The Los Angeles Lakers are not doing this. So what are you guys doing? Are you guys going to be classic Dolce and Troglodytes? Are you guys going to be Rudy Poo and Plum Plum Brains? Are you guys going to be LBJ apologists and LBJ stand-like? Or are you guys going to think and start using your brains and say, you know what? Let me swap my Lakers jerseys for Clippers jerseys. Because you have a caveat as an LA fan. You can root for two teams. Nobody else has that dichotomy. That's a very good caveat dichotomy to have. That you could say one day I'm a Clippers fan, one day I'm a Lakers fan. If I had that, I'd be interchangeable and I'd be changing instantaneously based on who is delivering based on my fanship of expectation. It's not bandwagonism. It's called my fanship is worth something. So give me something to sit here and be happy about. That's what the Clippers are doing. So it's not surprising. Plus, the Clippers have been building up habits in the regular season because they've been facing harder opposition. When people were laughing, oh, they lost to the Phoenix Suns. Oh, they lost here. They lost. But they were already playing harder teams. So the law of attrition was in their favor. Whereas the Lakers played the number 28 record. And then they turned around. And then once they started playing harder teams, you started seeing how it impacted them. Now, all of a sudden, they're saying LeBron James need to low manage. I thought LeBron James said, if you're healthy, you need to play. A lot of hypocrisy associated with the Los Angeles Lakers. Now, all of a sudden, they're sitting here and saying that LeBron should win the MVP because of Kobe Bryant's passing away. Or is Giannis or Kawhi going to be a harder person to guard LeBron James? Like LeBron James is a Michael Jordan or Kobe Bryant or Kevin Durant. Don't make me laugh, man. This is what we're dealing with here with the Los Angeles Lakers. They accepted a guy that's an abysmal 3 for 9, 33% NBA Finals averager, and they thought this guy was going to deliver the goods. And what has he done? In the first year, he couldn't even get out of the Wild Wild West. The Wild Wild West. The Wild Wild West. He couldn't get out the damn playoffs. And they blamed it on his therapist saying, well, he had a groin injury that was equivalent to 6 months, but yet he was sitting there boogieing with his teammates and dancing. I thought when you have a groin injury, you can't make certain sudden movements. You see what I'm saying? Like, the stories are not adding up. So you Lakers fans need to smarten the hell up. Y'all got LeBron James, the Latino obliterator. And y'all sitting here, oh, I'm a Lakers fan until like, that's the problem. Sports teams don't care about you, man. So why are you sitting here and giving them all your ingenuity and all of your whole ounce of fanship when they don't give two flying, you know what's about you.
About you.
Y'all need to ask yourself this question: are you gonna swap your Lakers jerseys for Clippers jerseys? Jacob Lonewolf, talk to them, man. What's your take on this topic?
Um, yeah. I'm not with LeBron or like what was the topic again? Hello.
Yeah, Jacob.
Yeah. What was the topic again?
Oh, the topic was basically um the Clippers are gaining ground and the Los Angeles Lakers are reeling. So what's your take
Oh
on
yeah.
the Clippers gaining ground now and the Los Angeles Lakers reeling at this point?
Well, it's like you said, the Clippers were preparing, for, the playoffs this season. So they knew that when the season begun, they couldn't go full throttle and they couldn't really risk, putting everyone out there and playing these ridiculous 82 season games to get to the playoffs. When they brought in Kawhi for the Clippers, not only did they just get, a great superstar, who knew the game of basketball and knew how to like win at the highest level, but they also got an intelligent man that knew how to like preserve his energy when it mattered. So the Clippers have, one of the richest owners in the NBA. They have a great executive staff. They have like Jerry West, and they have a really good-minded coach like Doc Rivers. So they were prepared. They knew that that they had to come together during like February, March, and so when it was time to perform in the playoffs in April, May, and June. Whereas they got a so-called superstar in LeBron James, who was an abysmal 33% in the NBA Finals, and who's basically a 3 for 9 in the NBA Finals, and he doesn't have that pedigree when it comes to championships. A lot of the championships he won, he got a lot of help from, Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh, Ray Allen, and Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving should have been the 2016 Finals MVP. So even though if you look at LeBron, even though he does have rings, he's not really what you'll call like he's not very cerebral enough. He doesn't have that championship pedigree. He's always been bailed out when it was time to win at the highest level. So the Lakers, not the Lakers not really coming into their own and preparing for the playoffs. It just shows like who's leading them. The front office is a
Mm-hmm.
mess. I remember you made a video the other day. Everyone should watch that when you basically broke down the 15-minute clip about how it all began with you know Rob Pelinka and Jeannie Buss, how they're having an affair. I never
Mm-hmm.
knew that.
Mm-hmm.
Like I just never knew that, man. So like that got me is like, like I never knew that. Like I knew it was a
Mm-hmm.
dysfunctional organization, but I never knew that. Like you saw how Rob Pelinka and Jeannie Buss would have a so-called affair. So
Mm-hmm.
that got me that got me to think that the Clippers is a well-oiled machine. They're already intact. Like they got Marcus Morris, and then like what a day or a week later, the Lakers got Markieff Morris, the
Yep.
inferior brother.
Yep.
That just goes to show you that the Lakers they're not re- they're not cerebral enough in particular in the front office when it comes to acquiring players. They're just looking at what the Clippers are doing and try to copy that with in a watered down version. You
That's
know,
facts.
so like the Lakers organization, like they have 16 banners, and the Clippers they have like what no banners, but their organization is coming like you would think that that's a championship organization. You would think that they've already won rings, just how they're running the just their team, So it just goes to show you like that ever since Kobe left, the Lakers weren't the same again. And like I think in a couple of years, he's gonna like Kobe's gonna like his loss is already heavy, but it's gonna be even more heavy when the Lakers keep falling short, and the front office keeps basically deteriorating. Because
Mhm.
this all this re- all that really happened was when Jerry Buss died, the owner, Jeannie Buss's dad. That's when I feel like the Lakers organization. That's when it started. deteriorating when Jim Buss was running the team, and how much of a hot mess that was. So his kids, they're not really fulfilling his dreams, because they've had everything handed down to them, so they don't really know the work ethic into owning an NBA team. That's why I feel like the
Mm-hmm.
Lakers brand has basically, it just came to blows. It's not what it was once were. They can't convince superstars, oh, look at those banners. That's why you want to come to our team. They have to persuade more, and that just goes back to ownership. So to answer your question, the Clippers, the reason why they're ahead of the Lakers is because they have defensive minded players. They have great coaching staff, executives, ownership that are basically, they know what the common goal is, and they're working together as one. And they're not basically uh, giving power to like a player like LeBron to just run the whole damn show, because they know that he's not really basketball cerebral enough. So that's why I feel like it.
Exactly. That's true. Richie Rich, you up, man? Same topic.
Yeah, man. Guys brought up some great points. Jacob, he brought up some great points, man. He knows some great points. It's just a matter of time for the Clippers because they were just waiting, man. I mean, all these 82 games are not, important. Something you got to do it. You got to be wise out here. 82 games, you can't be playing your best players like that. Kawhi showed you guys last year. It's about managing uh, your best player. If your player has like especially lingering issues, it's imperative to have your player ready for the postseason.
Mm-hmm.
Kawhi's not going to cheat you out of the postseason. He's going to play all the games in the postseason. So you manage if he has a lingering issue or a degenerative issue, he's superstar, you manage them. And Paul George was coming into the season and he had two shoulders operated on. Why would you rush Paul George to play these games that aren't really necessary for him to be there? So the Clippers, they're doing a wise job. They're making sure they're having these guys, giving them the rest that they needed. And now you see the benefit of them doing that because now these guys, they're on a 6-game winning streak, and you saw in these past few games, especially that game on Thursday, yesterday night, when they showed their dominance over the Houston Rockets. Man, you saw the defense displayed. You saw the offense that displayed. Man, you saw how deep they were. The moves that they made, acquiring Reggie Jackson,
Mm.
Marcus Morris. You saw how those guys were able to fit in, and they just acquired Joakim Noah. We'll see how Joakim is coming off an injury. So, but I'm confident that he's going to be productive in some form of fashion because that guy, man, he has a passion for the game. He brings true grit and grind. He's a guy that's going to hustle. He's going to rebound. He's going to play defense. He's going to do whatever he can to fit in, and he could play make as well for others. So, and he's not a quitter. Even though he's had moments where he's LeBron has beat him in the postseason. This guy's leaving everything on the floor, but he's now playing with a winner in Kawhi. Back in the days, he's playing with guys, man, that just he can't really really count on to be that leader for him. But this is a different player. This is Kawhi Leonard handling things here, and Kawhi is a guy of not many words. He's just a guy about action. He's a guy that just goes forward. He's not gonna key with you. He's a guy that's just he's like he's a Terminator. He comes in and he's on a mission. He's locked in and he just goes for it. That's the type of player you want. No nonsense. You know, not all this drama based stuff, man. The guy just wants to win. He just wants to play basketball and win at the highest of levels. Not all this drama filled stuff. And PG is now also PG is now with a guy that's a winner. That's not about nonsense. He's just a guy that's focused on basketball that wants to win at the highest level. So PG is gonna peak game and he's gonna rise up accordingly when it's time to rise up. So you're gonna see a lot of these guys you've seen that's had shortcomings, uh, like Paul George, Joakim Noah, now on their past teams, in the earlier days of their career, these guys you're gonna see a different mentality, a different mindset from these players because now they're being led by a guy that's serious, man. He's not. He's like he's has that Kobe mindset. He has that Jordan mindset. Winning is all that matters. So you're gonna see a different approach from this group when they get in the postseason. They're not playing around. Lakers, they're gonna do whatever they can because they obviously are the favorites to win it all. But it's not like the Lakers of old because it's the kids that are running the asylum, but they don't know how to run it like their dad. They adopted this approach where they have to, you know,
That's the
keep
thing.
every.
I like when Richie Rich is talking, but Richie Rich, I want you to be like Lewis and them too. Multitask. There's a dude that made some comments about LeBron and them. I want you to make your points, but I want you to also you used to do that before. When you see a comment, either mark them real quick and then go right back into the point.
Oh, whose comment are you referring to?
Right here.
I mean, Negan Lucille,
And
man.
then
Come on,
finish
man.
reading that point.
Yeah. The Lakers weren't winning when Kobe was there. Come on, man. Did you forget 2010, 09 when they won back-to-back championships? Of course you're not going to be able to, continue that run. Kobe was 34 years old
Mm-hmm.
and the Lakers this is when the Lakers were trying to make the trade for Chris Paul, get back to winning again, but the trade was blocked, man. But yet the team was decimated after that because guys like Lamar Odom and Gasol, they lost their passion because they thought they were going to be moved in a trade. So they didn't really give it their all anymore. So you can't really compete with guys that know that they're going to be traded. So that was the beginning of the end for that organization when they decided that they were ready to move on from pieces that brought them, to back-to-back championships. That's when it all went down. It's not Kobe's fault. It was the organization. They made a huge blunder, and it David Stern kind of screwed them too because he made sure the trade didn't go down. And when after that trade didn't go down, just how it is with the Lakers were last season. When you know you're going to be traded, man, the whole psychological thing, you don't really want to give it your all. Anybody when they know they're on the trade block, it just makes matters worse. That's not Kobe's fault. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
remember the year that they got swept by the Mavericks, Kobe, he was injured. He had a bum ankle. He had a hand issue. Kobe wasn't at his best. So this is why it seemed kind of odd that they got swept by the Mavs. You got to give it all credit to the Mavs. They came out there and they beat the Lakers straight up, but Kobe wasn't playing at 100%. You clearly see it from him because he couldn't really do what he wanted to do. Like he couldn't get everything out of that body of his. So it's not Kobe's fault. It's just, if Jordan eventually stayed with the Chicago Bulls long enough, he would have succumbed to the injuries himself as well, and he probably wouldn't have a winning season with the Chicago Bulls. Jordan was smart. He retired on top. He retired
Mm-hmm.
when he was able to get the best out of his body, the last ounce, the last best out of his body. But Kobe stayed around until his body broke down on him, and obviously, when that happens as a superstar, you're not going to be able to give it your all, and eventually, you're not going to be able to your body's not going to allow you to be able to carry a franchise as a superstar you once were. Kobe just stayed too long. That was the issue. So it's not Kobe's fault. You got to get it right, man. It was the organization that trade that they tried to do for Chris Paul and it not going through. That was the beginning of the end. So you gotta get it correct. You gotta know the team's history on why that team started to fail. That was the start of the Lakers' downfall.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but back on topic, uh, the way the Lakers are being ran right now is just it's the kids. They think that they know it all. They're gonna try to see. It's like they're trying to usurp their father. Their father knew how to run an organization there because he's not. The father knew that he wasn't a great basketball mind. He had to go after people that were great basketball minds, like Jerry West, Pat Riley.
Facts.
Make sure guys. They acquired guys
Although,
personnel that knew how to
hey, Kill.
run a basketball organization. Everything okay?
I'm
Yeah,
fine from here.
I'm assuming
Okay.
Jacob should be fine. Yeah, just go
All
ahead.
right.
Continue on.
Yeah, they knew how to he knew how to run a basketball organization by making sure he acquired guys to hire around him that knew how to run a basketball organization. This is why the Lakers were successful. Kids, they're not doing that. They're basically like just they think that they could do everything. Jim Buss was trying to display that. And now Jeannie, she's trying to display that as well. When she took over control, she's trying to, build a legacy for herself, but it's not going how she planned so far because she basically went after LeBron James, and LeBron, he's not a guy that you can really count on. Yeah, he's won championships, but there's a guy he's had to, sell out to win. He's had to form Voltron teams. He had to stack the deck to win, and still, it's not a promise of him winning because LeBron is not a guy that he's not a guy you could really count on like that. And he needs to be he's a front runner. He needs everything to go in his favor. Everything to go in his favor to win. That's the kind of player he is. He's not a guy that can win against the odds. And if he wins against the odds, certain shady, sketchy things go down for him to win. But he still has overall. He still has like two superstars that he needs always. This is why I don't think it's gonna work because it's just AD. Where's the other superstar to fill in that void? They just signed. They're so desperate. They just signed Dion Waiters. There's a guy that with the Heat organization, he came in out of shape this season, and he had an issue where he took shrooms on a plane, and I think he had some kind of medical episode. He had some type of seizure by taking mushrooms that were laced with some type of drug or weed.
Hmm.
So this is the type of guy, and we know that Dion Waiters has a history with LeBron. When he was on Cleveland, he was a guy that he didn't want. He didn't. There was a shot he didn't like. Anytime he got the ball, it stuck. He's not a guy who passes up the ball. He likes his shots. And the last time I checked, look, Dion Waiters didn't show that he improved in that area. He still likes his shots. When that ball gets to him, it sticks. So it's gonna be interesting to see how he's gonna be utilized on the Lakers, man. This is a guy. Things could go. I'm surprised they didn't sign J.R. Smith because J.R. actually has chemistry with LeBron. He knows how to play with LeBron. He plays off ball. He shoots threes. Dion Waiters is not a great 3-point shooter. Not he's a guy that needs the ball in his hands. He's not a guy that is a guy that shoots without the ball in his hands. So it's going to be interesting to see. There's a move that could set the Lakers back. That's what they're doing right now. They're just trying to get players that they think that if the Clippers acquire someone, they're trying to see if they can get a player to match what the Clippers can. But they're working from like a step behind. They're not really getting the guys they need. They're just getting guys just to try to see if they could match up with the Clippers. Just like the Markieff Morris move, they got him to try to combat against who the Clippers acquired. They acquired his brother, so they're trying to use a psychological edge. Oh, we got your brother now. We're gonna see. Okay, if we match up, maybe your brother is gonna play like a psychological game. But the Clippers got the better Marcus. They got the better Morris brother. Now the Lakers they got Dion Waiters, but he's an inefficient on the ball player. He's a guy that doesn't really create for others. He likes to shoot ill-advised shots. He shoots out of the flow of the offense. He's already shown that he doesn't mesh well with LeBron when he was on in his Cleveland days. So this move, I don't think it's gonna work for the Lakers. They're just trying to, do whatever they can to make it stick. So it's just a reach. That's how I see that move. So I mean, yeah, you Lakers fans, you see how they're running this organization. So you guys, I'm not, like I said, I'm not gonna force you guys to, make that switch over to the Clippers, but you guys see which organization is doing things in a more logical sense. So you guys, I guess it's you guys gonna wait till the season is over and who wins it to make up your mind because this is a very important year for the Lakers, man. Because if they don't win this season, that future, man, is dire for them because they mortgage their future on a guy that's 35 and is only going to get older. And Anthony Davis, as we heard him talk about his take on LeBron James for the MVP, this guy is a true beta. He's not a number one player because he wasn't straight up with his answer when they asked him who the MVP is between LeBron and Giannis. This guy opened his mouth and he said LeBron is. But this, I don't know that guy is a true beta, man. That right there showed me he's a true beta because he didn't want to be straight up. Giannis had Chris Middleton out for damn near a month of basketball, and he still had that team firing on all cylinders, especially winning majority of those 18 games without Giannis when they went on that 18-game win streak. And for Anthony Davis to go and say that, okay, LeBron is the MVP because, when he's out, you see the difference that we struggle with opponents, which is vice versa with when AD's out. They struggle with opponents as well. Imagine if AD is out for a majority of 18-game win stretch. You think LeBron James will have that Lakers team firing on all cylinders? No. Let's keep it buck here. Let's keep it real. So for Giannis, for AD to say that, man, is totally false, man. And shameful of him. And it just shows his true beta boy mentality. And this is not a guy that could be the number one alpha for a Lakers organization going forward because we know we've seen what he did with New Orleans Pelicans. It's not impressive. Now for him to be the number one guy on the Lakers organization, trust me, man, Lakers are in dire. They have a dire future because they have no assets going forward, and this is a guy. As LeBron gets older, they're gonna put as the number one guy. Come on now, because he's it's like he's not giving himself credit for what he's uh provided to the team. He wants to just have that laid back role. He don't want to step up and be that numero uno guy that he's supposed to be for this franchise. So he's trying to lean on LeBron. That's not how it works. When they acquire when they go after a player like you and they give up all those assets for you, you got to know that you're going to be the number one guy. So you got to speak from the real. You got to speak from an alpha mentality and be straight up. His answer should have been that, you know what, Giannis is the real MVP and not give that PC answer. Just because you playing with LeBron, you got to be straight up. Giannis is the MVP. He's doing more for his team. He means more for his team. But hey, like true beta boys, that's who AD is. That's what I expect out of him. And this is why the Lakers, man, their future with that player is not going to be a good future because you see the beta boy mentality in him with his response, him leaning on LeBron while knowing that he's the better player for that Lakers organization right now. LeBron is averaging his 25 points, his 10 assists, but let's be honest, man, his stats wouldn't be that impressive if AD wasn't on that team. Let's keep it buck now. Let's keep it real. So that's all. That's my whole take on the Clippers and the Lakers organization thing debate. He knows. Any of you guys want to have feedback on this topic?
Yeah.
I agree with you.
Uh, yeah, you go first.
Oh,
Oh no,
Shawn,
go
no.
ahead.
How you doing, man? Welcome to the panel.
What's up, Richy Rich? I'm good. How about you?
I'm great, man. You had a good week?
I mean, it's so. It's so.
What's up?
Basketball, yeah.
Okay. All right. I mean, at least you here with us, man. You're alive. You well. You know, that's that's a good thing to look forward to the week. So, uh, we're curious to hear your take on the topic, man. Let us have some feedback. What do you think
Go ahead,
about the whole Clippers and
go ahead.
Lakers situation going on here?
What can I say about the Clippers? Like the Clippers right now, they're looking better and better. Hopefully for me, I'm a Laker fan, so hopefully they will not win. But I mean, if they win, it'll be the worst year for a Laker fan to see. Like the it's just absolute disgusting to face from Kobe dying, and then like the team full of losers that you're rivals with winning a championship for the first time is absolutely just like it's just terrible. Everything what you said about the Lakers, majority of it is right. You're extremely right. Like what the Lakers have a lot of problems when it comes like how to pick their players, even when they're ignoring their fans who will try to like give them good suggestions. They easily ignore them and do something else. We could have gotten Kawhi Leonard if they would have listened to us. You could have gotten those type of pieces like just like the Clippers if we would have listened to us, but we they did they did something else. They tried to get the money on, and LeBron James was the cash cow, and he was, I mean, he's the current model of the NBA. I'm just gonna be honest. Like this week, I was pissed off with how people trying to overrate LeBron James again. I was just pissed off about that. But like for the Lakers, if they're gonna win, the Clippers they have to make their own mistake, and the
Mm-hmm.
Clippers eventually will make their own mistake. Like they do this every single time, no matter how many times. You heard the stories about the Clippers history. The Clippers in the first time when they were in the finals, they actually flopped because of some unnatural. I mean, something that's like outside just random moments, like the star player got injured. Not to say I'm hopefully wishing that Kawhi Leonard got injured, but if they actually if there's certain mistakes, like there's if the team actually got friction when it comes to Kawhi Leonard and how his treatment is, hey, we could have a chance on that. We're just basically try basically if the Clippers has their own problems, the Lakers have to go in order for them to win. But other than that, though, yeah, you're 100% right about that. The Clippers right now they're looking like the team that I mean, from paper, even with right now, is the best team right now. But I would still say that if I mean with a possibility, I think that the I think the Lakers still have a chance. Not a big chance, but like a very small chance. Like I'll say like 20% chance. While the in the Bucks too. I say either the Lakers or Bucks could do something about that. But other than that, I pretty much had nothing to say.
Shawn was on point up until that last part because that's that Lakers fanship coming out of him. I already see it.
Hey man, I don't switch. I'm not switching, man. I'm not switching on that loser team, man. I don't care. I don't care if they have Michael Jordan in there. I'm never gonna switch up to the
I'm gonna tell you
Clippers.
right now. I'm gonna tell you right now. You're gonna be beat into submission to switch to that team because Kawhi do
Hey man,
LeBron. He's
we
gonna do
take L's.
LeBron up on a level to where
We
you're gonna
take
have to
L's for
switch him
years, man.
regardless.
We taking L's for years, so I have nothing to worry about. The only L I don't want to take is with the Clippers winning a championship. That's what I want. I don't want to see. Shoot, I'd rather to see anything else. Well, except for the Celtics. Anything besides like the Clippers or Celtics, I'm cool. If Atlanta win a championship, cool. Nobody cares. Clippers. Yeah, I really don't want to see that shit,
Okay.
right?
All right, Richie Rich, hold the fort down. I'm gonna be back, guys. I gotta drop the wifey off to the airport. Richie Rich, hold the fort down, man. You got the topics, dog. Shawn, just keep doing what you're doing. Ramble on that, To give us that good rambling on the Lakers and the Clippers, and then on the back end, Richie Rich, you just guide them through the next topic. I should be back in a few minutes.
All right.
Yeah, I see. I see your viewpoint, Shawn. I mean, you guys, you Lakers fans, man, you just so used to seeing Big Brother always, dominate, man. You don't want to see the little brother finally, get a win. But I feel this season, man, the little brother's finally going to be able to get a win on you guys. It's
Man,
like,
I don't want.
that's how it is, man. At some point, man, your little brother is finally going to figure it out, and he's going to get that first win on you guys, and he's going to be able to figure it out. This is going to be the year. So hey, man, you just gotta embrace it, man, because we are. I'm a little brother. I'm the youngest of all my brothers, and when I got that first win in basketball on them, it felt good, man. Hey, it felt great. Hey, you just gotta know it's coming. That's all, man. Because it eventually happens. So be ready for it. That's all I gotta say.
Hey,
Jacob, you
man,
got.
it's not even 2020 didn't even end yet, and also I'm seeing too many bad events occurring, and this is one of them. If this happens, this is one of them. I probably will stop watching basketball for a year or two because of this thing, man. I can't do it. I can't do it.
Don't do that, man. Listen,
I'll be.
Kawhi is one of those guys, man. Those
I
players.
mean, I love
Yeah.
Kawhi, but I don't like the Clippers. Like the heck, I have to support the worst team, the worst franchise in NBA history. Hell no, nah.
You gotta you gotta switch up, man. They're not the worst franchise in history anymore, man. It's a different ownership now. There's a guy, man, that's the richest owner, man. He found his stake in Microsoft a few years ago, and he was the guy that stuck around, and he got a lot of money, man. And this is a guy that's making moves. You know what I'm saying? So it's a different ownership. It's no longer Donald Sterling with his racist ass. It's a different guy with a different mindset, and that's passionate about winning. He wants to see that franchise do well, and you could see it with the moves he's made. So let's not act like it's the same ownership that's running that organization. It's different here now.
All right,
Jacob, yeah, you got any
no,
thing you want to add on to this?
Yeah. I just want to say, what's good, Sean? What's your name, Sean?
oh, what's up, Jacob?
What's up, what's up, man? Yeah, like, I respect you for your for supporting the Lakers. Your team. Because there's a lot of people that switch teams when their team is bad. Like Spike Lee. So at least I'm gonna give you respect for supporting your Lakers. But we all know that the team's gonna win this year is the Clippers, man. So you know.
Hey, man, any unnatural the Clipper curse is still here, man. It doesn't matter, man. Just because you put gold on shit, don't mean it's not shit.
Yeah,
but I will say this. The Clippers. As a just looking at that team, um, it's just like I said before, it's just a well-oiled machine. Obviously, the Clippers is different. When Donald Sterling was running the league, with his racist ass. So I get why you don't want to see the Clippers win, but it's just a different team now with like Rich said, with the richest owner in the NBA who has a stake in Microsoft, and just they have the best player on that team, the best player in the league. They have great role players, great front office team. Just looking at that organization, it's basically run like the Miami Heat. It's like a first class organization now. So that's why I would feel like the Clippers, they're just gonna win the whole thing this year.
all right. Great points, Jacob. And great point, Shawn, to you too, man. I know you're a huge Lakers fan, and you gotta respect that, man. I respect that. So you're a diehard, so you don't want to see these other teams that have success over them. So that should be respected. But Hey man, it's coming, man. Other teams are not just gonna sit along, and watch the Lakers continue their domination that they've had for so many years. It's time. Change is coming, and we got to be prepared for it at all times. But let's move on to the next topic. The next topic is about the MVP award not being a sympathy award, and rather it being a award that really goes to the player that really deserves it. And so far this season, we've been seeing, like the media, man, trying to put their bid in to see LeBron James win this MVP award, and they've been attaching, the whole Kobe Bryant uh, tragedy to it, and they've been trying to make hype up LeBron like he's been having, a better, MVP season than Giannis, and which is completely, false to me, man. Giannis, I believe, has done more, with especially when his number two guy went down. That team could have went through a rough stretch of basketball, but Giannis kept things like a well-oiled machine. He kept them winning at a high level. They were definitely beating the opponents that they were supposed to beat. Let's face it, because you're going to have bottom feeders, but they were beating quality teams as well throughout that 18-game win stretch when Chris Middleton wasn't there for the majority of that stretch in the beginning of the season. LeBron James has only had AD out for maybe like 4 or 5 games, and they're above 500. Let's keep it real. But has AD been out for a month of basketball? No, he hasn't. If AD goes down and he's out for a month, let's see how LeBron would do with that Laker team. I doubt he would have that team playing like that. So to me, you know, uh, and especially LeBron James numbers, they are impressive for a 35-year-old. I'm not gonna hate on him. He's putting up 25 and he's finally averaging 10 assists so far in the season. He hasn't averaged that at any point of his career. So I'm not gonna hate on LeBron. Let's give that man props for having a season like that. But let's not act like Anthony Davis is not a huge proponent of LeBron James having a season like that. So when we factor that in, man, uh, LeBron should not be the MVP because he has a guy that puts up superstar numbers along, and that's aiding this guy with his numbers to have a season the way he's having at his age of 35. Giannis is doing more, man. When you look at the numbers, and Giannis has a better per. His per is at 31. They showed it today. His per is at like 31.03, and LeBron is at like 28.86. So Giannis is putting up better numbers. He has better points per game, better rebounds. Uh, LeBron James beats him in the assist totals, and Giannis has a better per. So and Giannis has the better record, and Giannis has uh, had his team winning still when their number two player was out. But when AD has been out, we've seen the Lakers struggle in some games. Yeah, they won more than they lost, but we've seen the Lakers struggle in some games. So when AD goes out, but he comes back in, the Lakers struggle. So I'd like to hear your take on what you guys think so far about the MVP award and who should really be the true MVP as of now. Jacob, I'm gonna start with you.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh yeah, I just like we said last week. We all know how the media is. It's very centered around LeBron, and we all know who the clear cut MVP is, and that's Giannis. You know, like you said, he's leading his team. He's basically leading the league with the most. I mean, leading his team in every statistical category, better than LeBron James besides assists. So if you look at their record, they're 52-9, and they're like they're above, like their wins above, the Lakers and LeBron. So I feel like Giannis is a clear cut MVP. It's different compared to last year. When him and James Harden were going head to toe in that MVP race. A lot of the media guys were saying that James Harden should be the MVP because he's doing more for his team. But even last year, Giannis was the clear cut MVP. And I gotta call James Harden out on what he said with that interview with Rachel Nichols when he said that Giannis is just a 6'11" foot dude that can just run and dunk. That's just some beta male shit that James said. And you could obviously tell that he's jealous of Giannis, and he was just taking a slight dig at him because Giannis was during the All Star game that James Harden doesn't pass the ball, which is true, even though he leads the league in assists. But Giannis is a clear cut MVP. If you look at the East, his team is like 10 games apart from the second seeded team in the East, which is the Raptors. So he every um the games that he's versed the Lakers and the Clippers and the quality teams of the bottom feeder teams, he's held their team, down, and he's basically won most of the games, even when Chris Middleton was out. So yeah, obviously Giannis is the MVP, regular season MVP, and the MVP shouldn't be a sympathy award, you know, because Kobe died. That's just the media spinning it, and I feel like these last couple of years, they like the MVP has been a sympathy award because the media is always trying to find a good storyline, where it should go to the best player, the best player who's the most important player on the team. And I feel like there's so much biasness when you have all these beat writers and just the media people, the fans that just want to vote for a player that they feel like has the best storyline, whereas they actually help improving the team and help the team win. So yeah, I agree, with you that Giannis should be the MVP. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, great points, Jacob, man. Shawn O, what's your take on it?
Man, every single time they always do this, man. They always overhype LeBron James. Yeah, I know. Statistically, yeah, LeBron James is very impressive in his age, but the way that they overshadow, like I saw, like I was watching like Willie D's video about like why do some people hate LeBron James? You know, what I mean, Willie, you guys watch Willie D's commentary, right? Or
Mm-hmm.
some of y'all. Yeah, you like, what I mean, you talk about things about like when it comes to the black community and also like whatever. Like most of the comments is like, oh, because some people hate LeBron James because he's a rich black man, or because LeBron James is such a like he's because of his success or because of racism. No, because of basketball. Y'all overhype him because of basketball. In
Mm-hmm.
basketball, LeBron James is pretty much the most overhyped player I ever seen in NBA history.
Yep.
He has more like listen, man, shoot. If if Bishop One was pimping in his prime, LeBron James surpassed it because of how many people be on his way. It's just true. Every
Mm-hmm.
single time, like 24/7. It's like there's no like basketball commentary is mostly about teams that are hot right now that talks, you know what I mean, like with their efforts.
Mm-hmm.
They don't talk about they don't talk about like they don't talk about the Bucks. They don't talk about what is it? They don't even talk about like they even talk about Luka Doncic in the Dallas Mavericks?
No, they don't talk about it.
They rarely talk about it unless they beat LeBron James ass.
Yeah.
Or like the only teams that they talk about is the ones that beat LeBron James, which is
Mm-hmm.
the Warriors, Kawhi Leonard, or players like Kawhi Leonard or KD, but they don't talk about any other team. And the way they do it is one of the reasons why basketball, as far as popularity, is done because it's such a one side phase. It's like it's no more of like, oh, like look at how competitive the teams are. Like I'm a Laker fan. Y'all overshadowing the team just to talk about LeBron James.
Exactly.
You don't praise like you don't even praise AD. The only times he'll praise Dwight Howard is if he actually is one of the reasons why he's winning the game, or free Jared Dudley for that matter. They only talk about Jared Dudley if he did something as some one random moment. As far as the MVPs, yeah, it is like it's supposedly for players who deserve it, who actually do things that's not only just for the team but also for the things of winning. The problem is it's not it's been now from it's looked upon as a what is it? I'll say the MVP is not the most valued player. It's the most vulnerable player. It's more about players that they are very biased about because they're picking the players that they really are riding. They're really trying to rave wives. And LeBron James is pretty much the example of it. They always continuously just like they always be on his dick too much. Like it's absolutely just insane. The reason why he got injured is because y'all be on his dick too much. Sometimes give him a break, give him some space. Just leave
Exactly.
him alone. You know what I mean? Let him heal. Calm the fuck down. But no, they always continue to go in there. And for me, it's like there's so many players. Like fuck. Like I'd rather hear Luka Doncic on TV. Give Luka Doncic some praise for the past 2 months. That'll be good enough for me. Or Giannis. Fuck. The only reason why people talk about Kawhi is because man he hurt LeBron James. Why you always hurt LeBron James? Like the fuck. Just do something. All you guys do is revolve around LeBron James. It's absolutely just give me nausea. It's like you want to give a guy MVP because Kobe died. Kobe would tell even if Kobe wasn't in here in spirit, he will tell LeBron James to get his ass up and play a fucking game.
Hmm.
Not like oh LeBron, don't be so be crying. Oh Kobe is like get your ass up and play a fucking game. Don't be don't be just like oh you know he's all a sippy card. Like what sippy card? Kobe did never. You know the funny part is Kobe accomplished more when all these factors from the media to even some of these fans and even the organization that give him no advantage. They didn't give him that much of an advantage. He get what he got and he won all of them. LeBron James got a whole amount of advantage, and yet he never really used these advantages in order for him to win like at least like 5 rings. You only won about 3 rings with only super teams, and yet you feel like you're the greatest. It's absolutely
Mhm.
insane. Or to the fact that you wanted to make people that have some sympathy because Kobe died, bro. You playing with you right now. You playing pretty much one of your best teams right now, and you feel like you just like I don't know. For me, LeBron right now, I feel like AD deserves more of the MVP more than LeBron, in my opinion. You know what I mean? He's the one he's the best defender right now. Right now, he's scoring the most points for the Lakers than just LeBron. Yeah, LeBron James has some good nights, but come on, man. He doesn't do that when it comes to like great teams like that. He only do it when it comes to small teams, and he loves to gloat the fact that he actually still got it against like shit the Hawks. Like okay, you scored over about 40 points on the Hawks, but you can't score that many points for the Mavericks or the Clippers. Come on, man. It's just really pathetic. If LeBron James gets the MVP, I'll be mad. But at the same time, though, I have to acknowledge that the MVP is not a big factor when it comes to judging basketball players or judging how much of a great player is. It's more about being biased. It's more about picking which player they will vote on because of how much they really want to put on this narratives and the storyline, which is absolutely just corny, but they'll continue to do it until he's retired. But hopefully, I think from obviously Giannis should be the MVP. But I don't think Giannis cares about being the season MVP. He cares about the Finals MVP. All these players care about the Finals MVP. They don't care about the
Right.
regular seasons. Like just because you like you see LeBron James when he had first seed in his freaking his teams like Cleveland back in the day, and they lose in the semifinals. Like, come on, he lose against the fourth or third seed teams.
Mm-hmm.
They get beat by by a Western Conference team majority of the time. So yeah, I just feel like that it's all just a it's all just a dick ride conversation when it comes of the MVP, the regular season MVP. But that's my take. It pissed me off for almost like few days, but it's whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. Sounds like you guys were on the tail end topic of you guys were talking about fresh me up, Rich, because my mind.
We're talking about the MVP award and why it shouldn't be a sympathy award and why it should go to the
Okay.
player that actually is deserving of it.
Okay. Well, to me, I don't like the fact that LeBron James is being touted as a guy that everything should revolve around him. Like I said, there's a class A narcissism that's associated with him, and you guys have to understand the mind of his fans, right? LeBron's fans are me and Jacob and Richie Rich. We talked about this. Shawn, you was in the chat, but I remember you recall listening to this, and everybody else that's in the chat that's listening. Most of the people on the planet are consistency of mediocrity. So they like LeBron James because he represents that to them. They like LeBron James because he gives them that satisfaction, right? He's a lower than expected performer. He doesn't even meet the minimum standard. And that's sad because minimum standard is supposed to be at least 50% threshold, right? He's not even giving you that. He's giving you basically 16.7% less than that. This man is an abysmal 33.3% NBA Finals averager and performer. And I had to add the averager and the performer to it so that it could speak to the full weight and the magnitude of what this guy brings to the table. Like Richie Rich said so many weeks ago, LeBron James has to have the perfect situation, the perfect dichotomy. Everything has to be in the perfect vernacular or love vernacular for him to win. That's ridiculous. So when you see these LeBron tards, that's what I call them. That's the new word I give them because they're tarded in their heads, right? When you see these LeBron tards make a justification for LeBron, they're making a justification for their mediocrity in their lives. That's what people have to understand. It's not that they're defending LeBron. They're defending them being mediocre people. Because LeBron is mediocre and they're mediocre, they're defending that mediocrity. So it has nothing to do with LeBron James. It just has everything to do fundamentally with the fact that they are mediocre people, so they are rooting for somebody mediocre. Case in point, as you remember, Shawn, I had a previous protege. That previous protege became Benedict Arnold. You know why? Because you were getting on him all the time in the comment section. And then there was a last live where that protege couldn't take it because we were barraging them. We were giving him the 4-finger lock. Everybody was getting on him because when you tell the truth, I keep telling people this stuff. The truth hurts, but it will set you free. And the problem with truth, Shawn will even go through this where he knows his sport. But Shawn what I like about him is he has enough deep thinking brain. And the guy that he mentioned that he listened to, that's a deep thinker. And he listens to a lot of high conscious people. So he has enough of a deep thinker brain to say, you know what, I may not agree, but let me go back and do some critical thinking. I don't expect people to agree with me. I'm not a cult leader. I'm not trying to cultivate a cult here. And I want to make that very clear. You guys are able to freely think however you deem fit to think in your mind, right? In your mental capacity and how you guys see things. But the truth of the fact that is this, and you guys have to see this for what it is. So hear me and hear me well. He knows his sport just is ahead of the curve. And people don't understand that. They don't want to accept that. It is what it is. I get it. People just don't want to accept that that thing that, damn, this guy has this thing that's an edge, or he just knows this thing. It's not even all about that. But you got to understand, there's a reason why the title of this platform of mine is called He Knows His Sport. That wasn't something that just pooped up out of my butt. It was well thought out. And you know why it was well thought out? Because if I touch something that I know something about, I better damn sure know something about it. Basketball, and Richy Rich can tell you that. That's my favorite. That's my favorite sport. I know that sport better than I know any other sport. I know boxing very well too, and I cover that very well. You know what I'm saying? And if I will call myself the Merlin of boxing, I'm going to call myself Naismith Jr. of basketball. But basketball is where it's at for me. But basketball wasn't originally my favorite sport. It was football. That's a caveat that you guys should know. I just kind of over the years didn't really like football no more like that. I left it to Richy Rich because I know that's his sport. And I just focused more on basketball because basketball has always been what I gravitated to the most. And in watching basketball, I said all of that little jargon and that history so you guys can have a good understanding of the makeup and the mindset of HeKnows, right? I've seen greatness personification in so many variations, so many facets. I was a diehard Chicago Bulls fan, man. I got a chance. Me and Richy Rich would go into school every year and look at everybody and go like this and brag and be like, yeah, what you gonna do, dog? You ain't gonna stop our Chicago Bulls. They just the most dominating force. So my fanship is already been, see, and we as human beings don't want to say this. We are the cultivation of our environment, right? We are what we take in, and we are what we inherit, and we are what is our embedded theology. Mine's and Richy Rich's embedded theology was the Bulls. If you have that level of standard of basketball, you can't have anything under that, because anything under that, like Charles Barkley commercial says, is uncivilized. Let me say it again. Anything under that is uncivilized. We saw a team that dominated on the defensive end, dominated. They showed us what it looked like to lash you up and lock you up. I know Bookie Allen love when I say those terms. They would lash your ass up and lock you up at the same time. That degree and that separation and that variation, for a long time, I thought it would never exist. And then here comes Kobe Bryant, a guy that gives you Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen in one, because he has to do Scottie Pippen level of defense and he has to do Michael Jordan heavyweight lifting of offense. This is why I love Kobe, because he had no damn Pippen. He had to be the Pippen. And if you guys remember when he played a game against T-Mac, he told T-Mac, they called me Geppetto. You know why he said that? Because he was basically saying he was ambidextrous, meaning I got to be the jack of all trades. I got to do things on both sides of the aisle. He was locking up T-Mac in that damn fourth quarter, and then he was ramelanging him. And if you guys remember, Stephen Marbury said there's a dichotomy with Kobe Bryant that a lot of people don't understand. Kobe is just this kind of guy that will bust 40 or 50 on you, but then he'll lock you down on the other side of the court. Who does that? Y'all not catching that, man. This man will drop 40 or 50 on you, but he'll lock your ass up on the other side. Do you understand the exuberation of amount of energy it takes for a player to put that level of defensive efficiency and energy on the basketball court and then turn around and drop 40 and 50? Do you understand the level of shape that you got to be in? Do you understand the level of stamina that it requires? Do you understand this? Because if you guys don't understand this and you didn't play basketball, well, I could tell you I understand it, because at my level, on the street level, this is how I play basketball. Richard tell you guys, I was the baddest motherfucker, part of my friends smoking, because I was locking cats up and I was hitting game winners and scoring basketball on the other side of the court. So I know from a little microcosm what that takes. It's a lot of pressure on you, especially when you got to be the leader and deliver the goods. Now, obviously, with me and Richy Rich, it was like a MJ and Kobe thing. So it was, hey, if I can't go, you go. And Richy Rich would go in there and dominate and do his damn thing. But that's neither here nor there. The point that I'm trying to make is this is what I've grown up watching basketball at its levels. To me, and that's why I love when Doug Gottlieb checked Nick Wright and told Nick Wright to his damn face, the greatest basketball players of all time are players that we've known to be closers. Guys that we know that when the game is on the line, they do the defining moments and they deliver the goods. Guys that sit here and go out there and demoralize. Do you guys understand that level of basketball? That's not basketball that you can look on the stat sheet. That's that intangible. That's what we call a true basketball eye test. These are guys that can go out there and demoralize the defense and suck the win out of them because of the way that they score. See, LeBron James scores, but it's not sucking no damn win out of you. And when LeBron James scores, he does it during garbage time. It doesn't really matter. MJ, when he scores, the defense is intimidated because they like, damn, I know that fadeaway is coming, but there's nothing I can do to stop it. Kobe Bryant, same thing. I know that pull-up's coming. I know that fadeaway is coming. There's nothing I can do to stop it. Look at Ruben Patterson. Ruben Patterson had the audacity to think he can guard Kobe. He had to sign them damn shoes at the end of that damn game. Y'all don't understand the level of standard of basketball. I'm trying to tell y'all, man. There's, like Meek Mill say, dog. Y'all need to listen to that song. There's levels to this shit, y'all. There's levels. There's gears. And then for me to have to sit here and to basically ASA 9, ASA 10, ASA 11, ASA 12, ASA 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, all the way to 24 and regressed that level of supreme NBA basketball standard to an abysmal 33% NBA Finals averager and performer. A guy that sat there and went 9 times but can only deliver 3, and every 3 tries he wins 1. That's so lame. He's not only 33% on the spectrum of the amount of times he went and then the amount of times that he won. He's 33% on the spectrum of every 3 times he went, there's 1 win. How can I root for a guy like that when I know there's greatness personification that's on higher levels than that? Kobe Bryant is 5 for 7, a 71.4% NBA Finals average. Michael Jeffrey Jordan is freaking 100%. Never let that thing go to 7, dog. 6 for 6. By acclamation, the greatest basketball player of all time. And I'm going to tell y'all something right now. All I needed Kobe to do, and Richy knows this, all I needed Kobe to do was get me those 2 finals. And if Kobe would have gave me that, I would have argued the NBA go down with the best of them. I would have been able to say Kobe and Jordan right there, dog. And at some point, I would have been able to say Kobe was better than Jordan because he went to 1 more finals and got 1 more, and he had 4 finals MVPs. But I can't have that conversation because Kobe didn't give me those 2 finals. You see what I'm saying? So I have to go by what's in front of me. But Kobe showed that he was every bit as good as Michael Jordan because of the fact that Kobe Bryant, in those scenarios, if he would have won those 2, just think about it. Because that last finals against the Detroit Pistons, Kobe would have got the finals MVP. It wouldn't have been Shaq. You best believe that. And Kobe would have got that finals MVP when they first got Paul Gasol. If they would have beat the Boston Celtics, that would have been 4 with 7 damn rings. Because you in another company, and that's something I got to teach you guys. You're in another company of NBA upper echelon of Pantheon when you have 3 or more finals MVPs and you have 3 or more championships. The thing with LeBron, the reason why his has an asterisk behind it is because of the safety blankets that's associated. He wasn't doing the heavyweight lifting of a superstar of that high degree in that order for you to sit here and say that that's justified. See, there's levels to this pantheon of greatness, and I can teach you guys this stuff. There's the first echelon, the first entrance where you win your finals and you win your finals MVP. Then there's the next gear. The next gear is when you win 2 and 2. And the most highest gear, and that's when you win 3 and 3 and above. And only a rarefied company of people can do that. The reason why I put Kobe in that company is because it's not that because Kobe Bryant don't have the 3 finals MVP. It's because we know in the true NBA eye test, his game is every bit as good as Michael Jordan. Kobe Bryant is the same player that Michael Jordan is, minus the college experience. That's the fundamental difference between them. If Kobe Bryant would have had those 3 years of college experience that Michael Jordan would have had, we would have been saying Michael Jordan who? It's crazy how Kobe Bryant is so close to MJ without college experience. Imagine if Kobe would have had those 3 years of college experience. Because you know why? Kobe, as a human being, is already way more intelligent than Michael Jordan. Go look at his SAT scores. Go look at the fact that Kobe Bryant speaks 5 languages. As a human being, he is his intellectual capacity far supersedes Michael Jordan. Now you're giving him 3 years of college experience. See, that's another topic. Richy Rich knows that topic, but that's another topic, neither here nor there. I can enlighten you guys on this kind of stuff. But Kobe didn't have these things, so I have to go by what's in front of me. And what's in front of me is MJ is the greatest because he never lost. I'm spoiled to that. So now you want me to leave these things alone and tell my brain and act like even Larry Bird, 3 for 5, 60% NBA Finals average. Magic Johnson, 5 for 9, 60%. You want me to leave that? Even Magic Johnson, who went 9 times, at least delivered 5 of them damn things. At least he said, I'm going to be north of 50%. And you want me to leave that to go to an abysmal 3 for 9 NBA Finals averager that had a D Wade and a Chris Bosh? No excuse. How you have D Wade and Chris Bosh and you go 2 for 4? LeBron, you told us not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6, not 7, and 1. And I wouldn't have told you if that wasn't the case, or I wouldn't have told you if that wouldn't be so. That's what he told us when he was in South Beach. He's the one that said that. Had the crowd going. Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4. They were going because they thought that's what it was going to be. And then they only get no, but 2. 50% with D Wade and Chris Bosh. You put Kobe on that damn team 4 for 4. You put MJ on that team 4 for 4, dog. So you want me to regress to that level? Again, it goes back to the fundamental difference and the separation of what Shawn was talking about. LeBron James is the most hyped basketball player we've ever seen. And you know why you have to create this level of hype? And this one's going to cut deep to the LBJ apologists and the LBJ stance. When someone is blowing hot air up their ass, you got to create the hype so that that hot air can continue to stay hot. Because if you remove the hot air from that ass for someone that has that hype, what you're going to find is when they're put in pressurized situation, the pressure is going to burst pipes. We've seen this with LeBron James. We've seen this in 2010 when he had the LaQuit game against the Boston Celtics. Pressure burst pipes. We've seen this when Michael Jordan did the phone call after he had that blowout game against the Detroit Pistons in 7 games. And MJ was like, hey, you know you got unfinished business, right? And then what happened? He succumbed to the damn pressure. If MJ would have told Kobe that, Kobe would have been like, barbecue chicken. He would have been salivating. Oh, MJ just told, whoa, boy, I'm about to ramalang. That's what it would have been. Because greatness personification begets greatness personification. Mediocrity begets mediocrity. And this is what you guys have to understand when you think of basketball. That's what we're dealing with when we think of LeBron James. But people don't want to hear this truth. I'm telling you guys, man, it's only a remnant of us that wants to hear this stuff. The majority of people want to be bamboozled. They want to be beguiled. They want to be betwixt. And guess what? At the same time, they just want to be dodo heads because they are mediocre in whatever they do. So they want to accept the fact that a guy like LeBron James, as mediocre he is propped up in high esteem and high order. You know what this tells us about our society? Our society level of expectation and standard of excellence is not there, especially when it comes to basketball. LeBron James is the worst thing that could have ever happened to basketball. And people sitting here thinking, oh, I don't hate LeBron. I don't know him personally. I don't care to. The word hate has such a strong connotation behind it, and it has such a level of energy. I don't have time for that, man. I'm a man of confidence, purpose, and an abundance mindset. When you have these things that are attached with you as a man, why would you sit there and put hatred next to your freaking name? That makes no sense. So I don't got time for that. I don't really have time for all of that. But what I do have time for is to tell people the cold-hearted, unadulterated, cutthroat truth. So when the mass media tells me that LeBron James is the GOAT, the greatest of all times, I have to turn around and deliver the truth, because with every lie you could tell a truth will counter every damn lie. And you know what I tell them? He's the greatest of all time, all right? You know what the greatest of all time vernacular is? The greatest of all damn trolls, because he's a little class A narcissist dude. Ain't no damn greatest of all time. When I beat that 73, I mean, you should be ashamed of yourself. When I beat that 73-9 team, that's when I knew I was the greatest. Even his guys on his freaking payroll was looking at him like, motherfucker, if you say one more stupid thing, they gave him that look. But you know what? LeBron James is paying them, so they had to kind of ride with it. But you could tell they all were like taken back. Like, did he just say that? Even Isaiah Thomas, that was gonna be part of LBJ's nutsack, had to take back what he said and was like, you don't do that, man. That's not basketball decorum, man. You don't sit there and call yourself the GOAT. That's something your peers have to give you. Michael Jordan himself don't even call himself the greatest basketball player of all time. But to me, he is, because he did something that is absolute. And the other day I was having a high level, interaction with my boy Tom Ross TV on that because I know he's Kobe Bryant up and I'm MJ up. And it was a good stalemate, man. I haven't had something like that and I can't remember when. But I'll tell you this much. MJ is absolute because MJ has an argument that nobody else has. I am 100% in NBA Finals average. Do you understand what that means? That gives him a level of distinction and perfection of high degree and high order. That's the same thing when you think of LeBron James, and you have to factor that in. LeBron is a cockamamie artist, man. He's a basketball player that when you look at him, he's not delivering the goods. There's too many smoke and mirrors associated with him. So I'm correlating this back to that first topic of how dare them say who's going to be the harder guy to guard for Giannis or Kawhi Leonard and LeBron James. It should be the other way around. Who's going to be the hardest for Giannis to guard? Or who's going to be the harder for Kawhi to guard? You know why? Even though Giannis don't have a championship ring, Giannis can easily do better than 33% in NBA Finals. I seriously believe that over LeBron James. Because I think even without finals experience, he's a better leader and manager of his team. I personally believe that. Now, that's neither here nor there. It has to be proven. We know those things, et cetera, et cetera. And that's an extreme argument to make. But Kawhi Leonard, there's no extreme argument there. It's the facts are there. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't. And the truth of the fact of the matter is he's 67% NBA Finals average. He went to 3 of those things and won 2. He's on the opposite side of the spectrum of LeBron. If LeBron is a 33.3% NBA Finals averager, then Kawhi Leonard is 67%. What do you prefer? A guy who's south of 50% or a guy who's north of 50%? Because there's a difference. And what LBJ apologists and LBJ stands don't want to come to the conclusion is that LeBron James is part of the lower echelon of the pantheon of greatness. You guys have heard me use the terminology of the upper echelon. Upper echelon is when you average 50% or more NBA Finals average. Now, if you average lower than 50%, this is the i.e. Wilt Chamberlains of the world, the i.e. the Jerry Wesses of the world, the i.e. Oscar Robertsons of the world. Then guess what? Your ass is in the lower echelon. You in greatness now. You just in the lower spectrum of it. Now, if LeBron fans would have came out their mouth and say, you know what? LeBron belongs on the Wilt Chamberlain levels. LeBron belongs on the Jerry West levels. If you tell me that and you're honest and you're unquestionably true and faithful to that, you know what? I don't have no problem with you saying that. And let me tell you why I don't have no problems fundamentally with you saying that. Because the reason why I don't have a problem with you saying that is because of this. You're telling the truth. He's a lower echelon greatness performer and averager. Because when was 33% ever in the fraction of things, right? Percentages of things. When was this ever a high spectrum number? Is it because LeBron is associated with it that it's high spectrum? Because last time I checked, 33% is not good like that. A third of something. Think about eating a cake. Think about eating a third of a cake. Think about having a third of $1 million. Now that's nice, but it's only a third, right? Think about having a third of $1. See, I'm trying to get you guys to understand the third mindset. When was the third of something ever good? Now, 2/3, Kawhi Leonard, 2/3. Now that's good. That's taking almost a whole damn chunk. If there's 4 pieces, you eating up damn near close to 3. I mean, that's nice. But to sit there and to have just a little bit more than 25%, come on, man. That's abysmal, man. That's atrocious. And anyone that's sitting here justifying it tells me that you're an abysmal and atrocious person in your damn life. Because you can't justify abysmal and atrocious behavior. So you guys want to know why LeBron James is so popular and he's so successful and LeBron James is able to have that hype? You want to know why, Shawn O? Because most people can identify with LeBron. And you know why? Because most people are like LeBron, mediocre. So they're going to get behind LeBron because LeBron is the chief staple example of what mediocrity looks like at its highest form. That's why they get behind LeBron. It has nothing to do with LeBron being the greatest player of all time. They know deep down in their brains, as brain full of mush and brainwashed dodo heads they are, they know those numbers don't look right. But they have to defend the fact that they're mediocre, so they have to defend the ultimate mediocrity, which is LeBron James. That's the fundamental thing that I have, and I have to defend when I'm talking about basketball. And what we found is that people that even know the sport are willing to compromise their integrity to just say, oh, let me flirt with LeBron in terms of not talking harshly about him. No, screw that. I'm going to hold his ass accountable every freaking time. I'm going to remind the world every time he's a 33% NBA Finals averager. He's not on top of the spectrum. So why the heck does a guy who averages and performs at that level is the greatest of all time? Who said that he leapfrog Kobe Bryant? It's ESPN. You know what they stand for? Emotionally Stupefied Peons Network. Let me say it again. Emotionally Stupefied Peons Network. They're the ones that said that LeBron James is the standard of excellence. A guy that goes somewhere for 9 times but can only deliver the goods 3 times. And in the 3 times that he delivered the goods, he didn't even deliver. One of them was from Ray Allen and Chris Bosh. One of them was Kyrie Irving. One of them was because of D Wade. I mean, come on. We got to call a spade here, folks. And the truth of the fact of the matter is this. LeBron James is a consistency of mediocrity. But they don't want to hear that. This is not popular conversation because it's controversial. And what people need to understand is controversy, being controversial, always puts a red flag on you. And you know why it puts a red flag on you? Because when you're controversial, it's not because you're being controversial. It's not because you're controversial by your DNA. It's because people don't understand controversy, because controversy creates what we call the climate of change. Remember, people are not comfortable with change. So they're not going to be comfortable with controversy. When you have a controversial person, they are radicalized. And a radicalized person tends to be always ever changing in their mindset. People like comfort. They like to be stable, and they like their one situation for what it is. So when you come in here radicalized and ever changing things, they can't stand that. That's why they can't stand He Knows the Sport. It's not because He Knows the Sport supposedly hates LeBron. No, it's because I'm telling you a message that's rare and true that you don't want to freaking hear. Not talking to you guys. I'm speaking in general in lamest terms. This is why you have an extra Fiji, cheesy, greasy come up in here and do what he does. This is why you have that Lucian guy come and do what they do. You know why? Because they have to defend their mediocre selves. I mean, look at the Lucian guy. He looks like what's that porn star with his mustache? Rob, help me out. Rob something. He looks like that dude with that damn mustache. That's what he looks like. Coming in here with some 1970s porno mustache and want to try to tell you, oh, well, LeBron, man, Kobe Bryant, at 30, Kobe was 35, Vino stage. If he didn't have the Achilles, let me see. He was helping the Lakers to peak and go into the playoffs. That was what was about to happen. I'm sorry, I got a little too rough with TV with the Rob Jeremy. That's his name, Rob Jeremy. There you go. The name hit. That I got too vulgar with the Rob Jeremy. But I was trying to make a vulgar point, and I know Shawn O could appreciate that because Shawn O is vulgar to the damn core. People need to understand, when you think of LeBron, you have to think of a guy who brings punch drunkenness to basketball. He's telling you that you could be a 33% person in your life, and that's okay. What does that represent? That does not represent a standard of excellence. Oh, but LeBron won finals. We're talking about against the likes of Kobe Bryant. Don't be damn disrespectful. When was 33% ever dwarfing some damn 71.4? When was 33% ever dwarfing some damn 100%? I don't understand that. I don't understand how people rationalize numbers. And if you notice, LeBron fans always make excuses. And you know what they do? They always dumb down a new level of standard. Every time LeBron was losing in the NBA Finals, they were dumbing down their standard to justify, because they had to keep justifying their LBJ train. This is ridiculous on epic proportions and epic magnitudes. So not only am I scared and worrisome for the masculine race because we have too many freaking betas out here. I'm worried for humanity in general because too many people are telling us that the standard of excellence doesn't mean anything anymore, that we should be okay with mediocrity. That's what LeBron James represents. I can't wait till this guy leaves the NBA because now what you're going to see is some similitude of normalcy that's going to return. You guys saw that last year in the NBA playoffs. There was no goon reffing. There was none of that. Teams had to actually play basketball, and there was a lot of parity going on. I enjoyed myself last year. I was like, thank goodness there's not no damn LeBron James here, so we're not going to have no disproportionate referee calls. There's not going to be none of this nonsense. People are going to have to actually go out there, gird up thy loins, and play some freaking basketball, man. That's what happened last year. Now, this year, you have to gear your mind for that. That's ridiculous. But here's the thing. This is how you nullify LeBron. This is how you nullify goon reffing. This is how you nullify all of this. A Kawhi Leonard is a demoralizer because in his true alpha variation, he's a silent assassin mode variation of that. So he gets you off of the strength that he don't say much on the basketball court. He lets his game do the talking. I don't care how much goon reffing they do. They can't goon ref a clutch shot. You can never goon ref that. That's why I used to laugh when they used to say Deflategate or Spygate with Tom Brady. So you gonna say Deflategate and Spygate when he threw that clutch throw? Did that have anything to do with that? See, that's what people need to understand. It's like baseball when they used to say in baseball that Barry Bonds took steroids, but steroids can impact hand and eye coordination, even if he was enhanced, right? How can steroids justify hand and eye coordination? That takes technique and skill to do that. And that's the thing people don't understand. It don't matter how much you goon ref for LeBron James. Kawhi gonna get his buckets. He gonna Kawhi bucket the damn situation. And see, I get it. Oh, I ain't gonna be no Lakers fan, man. I'm gonna ride with the Lakers. Let me tell you something. When you see Kawhi Leonard's constantly giving you that stick 'em type of basket to LeBron, it's gonna hurt your soul. And you're going to remember all of these months that HeKnows was trying to tell me, dog, swap the Lakers jerseys for Clippers jerseys. You going to remember that because you had remembered it last year. You remember? You came to me, you was like, man, you crazy. I told you the NBA Finals was going to be the Golden State Warriors versus the Toronto Raptors. Jacob Lonewolf, you wasn't around when I said this. Everybody here knows because they've been listening to the platform. That's what I tell people. I'm the basketball prophet and the basketball visionary. I told everybody that's what the NBA Finals is going to look like. Everybody laughed at me. And then when the NBA Finals came around, oh, shoot. Damn, dog. HeKnows, dog. You say, if you guys already know I'm flawless, how you going to now go against the flawlessness again? I told you guys the Clippers were going to be right where they were going to be at this stage. Did I not say that before the NBA season started? Because I know I said that. I know at least I have my memory intact to know that I said that. And what the heck is happening right now? They're elevating. You know why? Because they know the real season is about to take course. See, they're prepping for where legends are made. You guys remember that vernacular in the NBA, right? They say the NBA playoffs are where legends are made. Legends. Operative word, legends. This is where Kawhi is going to work. Because when it come around now, game gets slowed down, possessions are slowed. It's all about basketball at that time. Guess what? It's Ramalang time. LeBron don't deliver in that. You don't say no foolery to say activation mode. Why you got to get activated? It goes against what the mentor Eric Thomas, he's a motivational speaker. Eric Thomas, you probably know who he is, Shawn O. And he always uses this vernacular and says this: you ain't got to get ready if you stay ready. So if you stay ready, why you need to activate? I've never understood that. True alphas don't need to activate a true alpha hood. They are damn true alpha, and they can tap into that damn thing at any given time. Why do they need to activate it? That don't make no damn sense. You know why? Because a guy who is a performer of mediocrity, a 33% NBA Finals averager, has to psych his mind out. You know why he has to psych his mind out? Because he has to psych his mind out from the fact that he's a mediocre performer. You've seen these people in in your lives. You've seen these people in your behaviors and mannerism. People that are mediocre always have to do this false sense of psyching self out. You know why they have to do that? Because they have to give themselves some sense of confidence because of the fact that they're mediocre. But those that are not just get the damn job done. They don't need to sit there and activate. They already activated. That's the point that I'm trying to tell you guys. So when you see I get on LeBron, it's not me getting on him because I hate LeBron. I don't know him like that to hate him. It's because I've seen greatness personification on a level to where I can't justify LeBron James's greatness on that spectrum. Now, if you come out your mouth and get honest for a second and tell me, okay, you know what? LeBron is right below the middle of the pack. Then I'll say, okay, now you're talking. He's not even at the middle of the pack because he's a 33% NBA Finals averager performer. He's below the pack. Now, if you tell me he's below the middle of the fray, like Game of Thrones, you got the top of the fray, you got the fray, right? And then you got below the damn fray. LeBron James is below the damn fray. You know what LeBron James is? LeBron James is that stepbrother that got his balls cut off on Game of Thrones. You guys know who I'm talking about. That is LeBron James. If you want me to match up LeBron James with a character on Game of Thrones, I just can't think of his name right now because his name is on the top of my tongue. That's LeBron James right there. A guy that wants to rah. Because what was his issue? That Game of Thrones guy. He wanted to rah. Jacob Lonewolf. The reason why I'm saying this is because you giving me that Lone Wolf. You giving me that like you like Game of Thrones. So you know what I'm talking about. The thing with this dude, Richy, you know your ass watch Game of Thrones, so you could associate with this guy of why I'm comparing him with LeBron. This guy was pumping his chest out. I should be the king. You know what I'm saying? His sister comes in and takes over that thing from him, right? You know why? Because of the fact that he was all this, pumping his chest out. But when it came time to deliver the damn goods, he couldn't even do that. He couldn't deliver the goods. When it came time to kill those Starks, he couldn't even do that. See, he didn't have no cold-heartedness in his bones. That's LeBron James. When you peel the layers and you get past the smoke and mirrors, that's what LeBron is at his truest and his most properest levels. But people don't want to talk about this. LeBron doubts himself. Go look at LeBron. Go look at the stupid facial. I had LeBron James pegged down to a point where I know when I see a certain facial expression from him, I already know how he's gonna fart and nut up the damn situation. Richy tell you, I'm like, look, you see that face right there? That's a face that don't want to go to the damn free throw line. You see that face right there? That's the face that's gonna make the supposed best play because he don't want the pressure of taking the last shot. You see that face right there? That's that face that's basically gonna shy away from the damn moment. I had all of his mannerisms down, and every time I said it, it happened exactly. And then he had another face that told you when he quit. His last quit in the NBA Finals was the second time when they played against Kevin Durant. Because the first time he was still trying to play. But when Kevin Durant demoralized them with that crooked little 35, I always go back to that moment, dog. And then the next year after that, Kawhi made LeBron. If you guys go look at that NBA Finals, within 5 games, LeBron quit in that series. You know why? Because he knew there was nothing that he could do. There was nothing that he could do. Nothing that he could do. Nah, the lonely one. You saying Cersei's son. Nah, Cersei's son was a little bit higher than that dude that got his balls cut off. Cersei's son was a little higher. You know why? Because Cersei's son had some level of leadership in him, as sinister as he was. Because he was able to be a little conniving. So no, LeBron's not even to that level. I'm sorry. No, not going to happen. LeBron is the guy that got his balls cut off. That's LeBron James. How many times has LeBron James proven his emasculation? Let me tell you why I'm comparing him to him. The 2011 NBA Finals was the biggest emasculation ever. This guy didn't even show up. But he's supposedly the chosen one. Or like Skip Bayless said, the chosen one became the frozen one. Come on, man. Thank you, the lovely one. Now you understand what I mean and how I correlated with the emasculation. That's LeBron James, man. 2007 against the San Antonio Spurs.
Calm down.
How are they going to make that cockamamie excuse to say, well, the San Antonio Spurs had a complete team? No. The Cleveland Cavaliers was good enough to get to the NBA Finals. If your ass is good enough to get to the NBA Finals, I'm going to put that finals loss on your ass. That if you're good enough to get to the NBA Finals and beat that Detroit, see, this is what the LBJ Riders media do. They tell you LeBron didn't even have a good enough team, but he was good enough to beat the Detroit Pistons. That same Detroit Pistons that went tooth and nail with the San Antonio Spurs. Does that make any sense to you guys? They went tooth and nail with the Detroit Pistons years prior. That same Detroit Pistons they beat, but yet they weren't good enough to beat the San Antonio Spurs. Don't let these people brain full of mush and brainwash you into dodo heads, man. That's what they're doing. And it's sad because people are falling for this. And I know I'm long-winded and I know I'm ranting, but I have to say these things so that you guys can understand and get a full picture here, man. LeBron is not what you guys think that he is. He's not what he's cracked up to be. And if he knows the sport has to be that lone wolf, like Jacob Lone Wolf, to be the one to lead that damn charge and tell you guys, wake up. There's basketball standards and basketball excellence and basketball levels that's way higher than this foolery, then I'm going to do that. Because when it's all said and done, I have to tell you guys the levels and the gears when it comes to basketball. And there's gears to this shit, man. There's levels to this stuff. I don't understand why people don't understand this. I really don't understand that. Basketball has levels. Basketball has gears. Basketball has shifts. Basketball has abilities that ascend beyond abilities. But people don't want to take this for what it is. They don't want to accept what he knows the sport is saying here, man. So I end this with this, man.
Oh, shit.
The Clippers are going to ramalang the Los Angeles Lakers in the NBA playoffs. And when that happens, you Lakers fans, get your ass in line and get your ass in gear. Take them damn Lakers jerseys off because you're going to do it naturally or you're going to do it forcefully. It's your choice, Shawn O. You either going to do it forcefully or you're going to do it naturally. Because what you're going to see is Kawhi keep sticking it to LeBron, and that's going to make you feel some type of way. Because you already feel some type of way about LeBron. Then you're going to have Kawhi constantly reminding you, why do I have this 33% NBA Finals averager performer on my damn team in the first place? When I got this guy that I could root for, that's a 67%. You realize if Kawhi Leonard wins this year, he graduates from 67% to 75. Did you guys just hear what I just said? He graduates to a 75% NBA Finals averager and performer. He's going to be 3 for 4 because there's nobody beating that Clippers team. There ain't going to be no damn Bucks. Listen, man. Giannis Antetokounmpo has not elevated his game to 100%. Kawhi still going to lock his ass up. And I know this because of the All-Star game. I saw Kawhi was still putting the claw on his ass. So I already know what time it is. This is what I'm trying to tell y'all. Get in line, get in gear, and get y'all minds on that swivel. Because if you don't get your head right and you don't get your head on that damn swivel, like Game of Thrones, that head is getting chopped off. And if you're a Lakers fan, I feel sorry for you. Because they don't have a third option. Outside of Anthony Davis, that's one away from being injured. And outside of LeBron James, there's no third wheel, folks. Who's the third wheel? Yeah. Kyle Kuzma? What the hell has he done to be a third wheel? And if he's your third wheel, you really got to be in trouble. So I'm ending this to say, swap your damn Lakers jerseys for a damn Clippers jerseys. I'm done. All right, what's the next topic, man?
Next topic touches on media and journalists and why they're being so biased. Why they're going away from like their ethics and morals.
Okay, I'm gonna be very quick with this, and then I'm done. Media and journalists are like this because it was prophesied to us in the last days, men will be lovers of self. And that's all I'm going to say with that. Jacob Lone Wolf, you can take it over from there, man.
So is the question why, what was the question again? The connection is really bad here, you know.
No, that's cool.
Yeah, the next topic was why media and journalists have gone away from their ethics and morals by laws of being unbiased.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, the thing with that is, you know, obviously, if you look at throughout human history, we as human beings are corruptible. You know, that's just nature. If you look at you can look at the biggest civilizations in the world, you know, that everyone like wants to be on top, you know, and most people, you know, if you look at the world, right, like he knows his sports said, like there's only a certain percentage of people in the world that can handle pressure, right? So the reason why I call myself, you know, lone wolf is because when you can see the bullshit, when you can see, you know, the fraudulent things that people do in the world,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes, you know, you can just feel like you're alone because, you know, there's nobody that you can relate to. You know,
Mm.
everybody's out for themselves. You know, it even says in the Bible, like, you know, that like man, like what did he knows? What did you say before? Like
In
men
the
will be
last days, men will be
at the
lovers
last.
of selves.
Yeah, yeah, like that. Just like that's what being a lone wolf. You know, that's what I embrace is because you know most people are lovers of themselves. You know, most people will not sacrifice for the greater good. You know, if you look at the Haitian Revolution, right,
Mm-hmm.
how they fought off the French. You know, I think I to look at that why Haiti is in the way it is today is because for the French I think one of the great generals was Toussaint O. Louverture. I think that's
Yeah,
what
to
his
some
name
of it too.
was. Yeah, yeah. That's because they collaborated and they believed in a higher power, bigger than themselves. You know, and in throughout all the civilization, you're always going to have collaborators. You're always going to have sellouts that are going to sell themselves to the others bidder just for money.
Yep.
So that's why it goes back to media biased journalists, you know, they show their fandom out because they're just there for themselves. They're not there to help the younger generation. They're not there to teach people like that there's levels to basketball because they're
Mm-hmm.
there just to get a check. So if you're there to get a check, then you're not really trying to teach people anything that's not about you. That's why you have the Nick Wrongs of the world, the Chris Broussard, the Colin Cowherd, is because they never accomplished anything, and they saw media as a way for them to be themselves because maybe they weren't popular in high school. You know, they didn't. You know, they just weren't the alpha man or they weren't the popular dude. That's why they use media to just feel like they're important in the world, which is understandable. But at the same time, you can't be biased. You know, like part of being an alpha man is being unbiased. You know, is seeing something or believing something bigger than yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So the reason why they propagate LeBron is because, you know, he's always they can relate to him. Like I said last week, you know, they can't relate to someone like Michael Jordan. They can't relate to someone like Kobe, you know, because MJ and Kobe they were like basically they were excellence, you know. Even if you look at uh, other industries, they always use Michael Jordan as an example, whether anything it could
Mm-hmm.
be, you know, just in life in general. Kobe, you know, I think since he died now, people are gravitating towards him more. Me and you guys, we already knew who Kobe was, but we gravitated towards him and we gave him his roses when he was alive, you know.
Exactly.
So you know, we're just continuing the Mamba mentality. You know, it just feels like Kobe that he's gone right now. He's like he's just like a spirit. Even when he was alive, real. There was just that awe about him that you know he was just
Mm-hmm.
bigger than life. He had that bigger than life personality. So I just think how the media is propagating LeBron, I don't think it's a good example for kids all around the world to idolize this man. You know, I feel like even it says in the Bible you shouldn't idolize man, but you should idolize basically the work they put in and just the mentality they live with. That's what you should idolize. You shouldn't idolize a man. The reason why we idolize Kobe is not that we idolize him, is we idolize just who he was and just like the work ethic that he brought and the mindset that he
Mm-hmm.
looked at life. That's why a lot of people can relate to him. Kobe wasn't just about himself. He always looked at the bigger picture. you know.
Right.
And when he won those two championships after Shaq left, he even Kobe said like he would have to score 35 or 40 points just for his team to be competitive. I encourage you guys to watch that muse that he did with Spike Lee, where
Mm-hmm.
he's they give him like he's mic'd up and he's basically talking within the game, and you can see how he's interacting on the court. Once he basically put his DNA into people like Lamar Odom, Sasha Vucic, Meta World Peace, all these guys, when it came time for the pressure to come, they were ready for it, you know. Um, and Kobe would always say things like people would always say he was selfish, but he knew that he wouldn't pass you the ball if he knew you weren't putting in the work. If he knew that he wouldn't pass you the ball if he knew that you weren't about the team and basically raising your level of play up for the grade of the team. Kobe would only pass you the ball if he knew that you put in the work and that you were ready. And when it came time to shove, you would put the shot in. So um to answer your question again, I think that's why the media is the way it is. You have a bunch of guys who feel like they're very insecure. They don't value themselves, so they use media as a form to feel important and to feel like you know that they belong in the world. So they place their insecurities into the audience, and now you're having a bunch of cult-like followers just basically regurgitating the just the idiocy of what they talk about. When they talk about basketball and how LeBron is better than Michael Jordan, they always bring up stats and they always say, "Well, LeBron basically he led in assists more than Michael Jordan. He had to do more than Michael
Yeah.
Jordan." First of all,
Okay.
the reason why Michael Jordan didn't do a lot. I mean, the reason why Michael Jordan supposedly didn't do a lot or more than LeBron is because he wasn't required to do. Like he basically shared the what do you call the responsibility onto his teammates,
Mm-hmm.
which LeBron doesn't do. You know, MJ or Kobe, they were never the type of players to like basically demoralize their teammates and basically have the media say, "Oh, everybody around you is trash," when they knew that your team was not good enough to beat a team like Golden State. That's what they did in 2018 with LeBron, when basically the media obviously propagated that he was trash and he was the only one who was carrying the team when Kyrie left. So when they did lose to the Golden State, everyone expected that to happen. So they didn't put the blame on LeBron; they put it on his teammates. That's another form of basically mainstream media centered around LeBron, who's relatable to 97% of the population. That's why, they idolize this man. So that's the reason why I feel like, a lot of the people in media are just about themselves and they're not about basically talking about the facts of basketball and raising the standard high and telling the audience that there's levels to basketball, because they can't relate to that. They will never be as excellent of a Michael Jordan or a Kobe Bryant. So
Mm-hmm.
that's why I feel like, they do that.
Yep. That's it. Richy Rich, man. What's your take on this?
Yeah, my take on it is, you know, basically, Jacob Lonewolf went into it. He went into a lot of deep stuff, man, on this topic, current topic. Yeah, I agree with him and a lot of what he said. Basically, man, a lot of these guys just gravitate toward LeBron, because pretty much, man, he's a player that they have, like
I
a
mean,
similarity to.
but if you say
They he's a player that they have like a lot of similarities to. He's a LeBron's not really a winner when we factor in things. Those guys probably were not winners in life, and he's a player that they have, a lot of things that correlates with what they're doing. Plus, it could be bigger than just what these guys view themselves with LeBron. It's the major media networks. So let's be honest here. LeBron still dominates the media, the main media airflows through the NBA. So he's what's selling right now. So it could be applying pressure on these guys to keep that topic hot, because LeBron still dominates the NBA basketball world in terms of popularity. He's still the guy. So they're gonna make sure this guy is always aired. They're not really gonna focus on the other players, even though we have a lot of talented guys playing in the league, guys that have caught up to LeBron
Complaining.
or even as better than him right now as a player currently. They're not going to cover these guys. Plus, some of these guys,
Yeah,
they don't
Richy.
really give the media
I can say, do you?
uh, a lane to, like LeBron James. LeBron is a PC guy. Kevin Durant is not a PC guy. Kawhi Leonard is not a PC guy. And the media doesn't like, dealing with guys like that. They're gonna make sure guys like those two players, because those two players are the guys I see that are better than LeBron right now. Those guys, then they're gonna make sure those guys are not put ahead of LeBron, because though they don't give the media nothing. Kevin Durant, he doesn't allow the media to say certain things about him. He doesn't allow the media to have any leeway on him. Kawhi Leonard, he gives the media very little. They try to always try to see what they can get out of Kawhi, man. But Kawhi is not an open book. He's not going to give you anything. So they don't gravitate to guys like that. And plus they weren't really covering those guys when they came into the league. The NBA, the media world has invested a lot in LeBron, man. So they're gonna see his time through in his whole career. It's gonna die down when this guy retires from the league. Even when he's on his last legs, they're still gonna try to push this guy down our throats, and it's kind of sickening, but that's what it's come to. Uh, but like you guys touched on the whole Kobe thing, the whole MJ thing. Like those players, man, it's a different mindset with those players. The media, those guys like MJ and Kobe, they were very popular. They were, but it's a different approach with them. Like with those guys, there's a complex a complexity with them. There's an enigma with them. With LeBron, there's not. You know what you're gonna get. With MJ and Kobe, we know these guys, man. They're just they're passionate, man, and their passion can run crazy, man, because the game is just infectious with them. So the media can't really like get figure these guys out the way they want to figure these guys out. So they don't really gravitate to guys like that. They gravitate to guys like LeBron because he's like a more laid back guy. You know, he's a more laid back guy, and that's what the media likes. They like those guys. Stephen Curry, a more laid back guy. They don't like those complex, uh, psychotic, guys that are just passionate about basketball, man, and they bring that high caliber mentality to the game. That's what I've been noticing throughout the years of how the media covers these guys. Yeah, Jordan was popular. Yeah, he was this and that, but the media covered him a certain way. Same as Kobe Bryant. They covered these guys a different way because these guys had a different approach to the game, and the media couldn't be as laid back as with those guys as they would be with a guy like a LeBron or Stephen Curry or these other laid back guys, James Harden, Giannis, but LeBron James, he's definitely the leader of this whole laid back media social engineering, the way how it's media engineering, the way how it's brought to the forefront, of our NBA fans are viewing basketball now. How the media is covering basketball, where everything is like it should be awarded, when it shouldn't be awarded. It's that's not how it is. Those players that I mentioned above, Jordan and Kobe, these are not the type of players that wanted to be awarded when they didn't accomplish anything. This is how it is. If they lost, these guys, every year that they didn't win, they looked at that year as a failure. LeBron James, when he doesn't win, man, he's looking at his stats. He's looking at, oh, okay, I passed this milestone. I passed this guy on the all-time scoring list, or I passed this guy on the all-time assist list. I should be praised. I should be admired by my accomplishments. So that's how the media covers this guy. So it's I believe it's gonna continue on until the league, until this guy is eventually gone, because that's what they like covering. They don't like covering these guys that look at the game with a more serious approach. So that's my take on it. So it's gonna continue on until eventually this guy is gone.
All right, Shawn, oh man, you up, man? You know what I'm saying? And we'll close out with you because I mean we can't get through every topic because now we're pushing the 2 hour mark. But we'll continue the rest of the topics in the next one. But yeah, close us out, Shawn, oh, with your take, brother.
The media is a very powerful weapon for anybody who can be able to take advantage in order to make themselves to be better. Listen, man, I just wish that the media could just like for once to notice that if they could stop talking about LeBron James obsessively, maybe there won't be that much hate with him. Maybe maybe the popularity in the NBA will come back. But regardless of that, the media has absolutely just like this. They really just obsessed with this man, like continuously. Like the way they overhype this guy when it comes to his stats and his accomplishments. Even though he plays in a weaker era than Jordan and Kobe and pretty much anything outside like the 80s, you cannot just be like surprised about, oh, LeBron James got a triple double. Well, he playing a team with no defense. Oh, LeBron's defense has gotten better. No, he's not. His defense is the same thing, except he's in with AD. AD's doing the heavy lifting when it comes to defense. If you're gonna say team defense, yeah, the Lakers looking good, LeBron looking good, but if you talk about individual, he's barely even defending the best player in the team, the best player on the opposite team. He doesn't even defend with Kawhi. The dude just stand over there just in order to get rebounds, and it's just that the guy is a living stat walker, and and it don't matter how much
Mhm.
it is when it comes. Oh, he's playing against weak teams. They will be obsessed with his stats. The first player to do this, the first player that will cool shoot a basketball player while eating a hamburger. The first player that pretty much like he has stands on his dick while shooting free throws. I'm what type of stats you guys gonna try it on? Is he gonna be the first guy with no freaking hairline and he's gonna give me a freaking layup? Like what type of stuff is that? Like the obsession with stats, it just kills me. Like I even saw on ever since Kobe died, they put in more statistics with about how of Kobe's accomplishments with LeBron James. LeBron James, the first Laker who with 9 triple doubles since Kobe Bryant. I'm like, you guys are a bunch of shit. You guys are full of
Because
shit.
of how?
You guys just put Kobe just in order for make LeBron James to look good, instead of just having you guys are saying you don't want to compare players, but you guys
Mhm.
are comparing. Like you can't tell people to stop comparing when you guys continue to compare.
That's true.
That's like for me, if I'm eating if I'm eating like a good burger, if I'm comparing, it's like for me comparing with In and Out and Whataburger. Shit, I like they'll be like, oh, those two. Like I could say like those two are good burger places to eat at. But people will still compare Whataburger or In and Out. Like some people say Whataburger. I'm an In and Out guy.
Mhm.
But they said, let me stop comparing. I'm like, bro, you just told me you guys don't want to compare, but you guys still judging. It's the same
Mhm.
way with LeBron James. We continuously talking about his the stupid stats, like oh my gosh, the defense and like LeBron James made like 60 points a game. He should be doing 60 points a game if he says the GOAT. I
Exactly.
expect you to do 80 points. If you was really loving Kobe, I expect you to surpass 81 points a game in one freaking game just for Kobe.
Yep.
I'll respect you more about that. But
Yep.
no, it's all about LeBron James got 30 points and look at him. Look at that guy that actually he's shining up in the game win. He's supposed to do that. Y'all
Exactly.
giving him too much credit because y'all just put so much emphasis on mediocre expectations. And then you want to put him on a high expectation though. Some of these people who actually supports LeBron James, they want LeBron James to be ahead because they know they can never surpass Jordan or Kareem, fuck even Magic. They want LeBron James to be on that level where I can surpass this guy, but I'm
Yep.
gonna overhype him because he's not in that same metric like them. But I will overhype him just in order to make him bigger.
Fact.
It is absolutely just insane. Um, it is crazy to me how like in year 17 we still have the same dick Ryan media always talking about the same player and yet they complaining why do people are not watching your shows because you guys only talk about one
Mm.
man, a man who had only using fur as his hair. Like think about it. Yes, go ahead. like, like even bald. Shit, obviously, like LeBron, she even bald. Bald people are not discriminating right now, okay? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
The fuck? Do you want to have like an airline that look like the coast of Cleveland all the time? Shit, I won't. If I my hairline look like the coast of Miami, I will shave that shit off just embrace my baldness. Like the fuck? Instead of with like hair fronts like what? Like a like what? Like some plastic woman like a Kardashian? Like come on, man. Like yes, you should not care about what I said. You know what I mean? You should not care if you're bald. You should
Mm-hmm.
care about is dominate and do your position right and win championships. And you failed to do that.
Exactly.
Failed of making Cleveland into a freaking championship dynasty team. And why me a dynasty team? I'm talking about 3 championships. You did not give Cleveland at least a three-peat in order to
Mm-hmm.
make. If you give Cleveland a three-peat, I will say, yeah, you probably are around that in that conversation. But you
Mm-hmm.
did. The only reason why I give you the benefit of doubt of conversation is because of your stats. And
Yep.
even with that, as far as like stats and also like the combination of what you did with other teams, the only reason why, and that's why I always put you at 9. Like, why do I have to put you upper higher than like around 5? Like, you're not a top 5 player. At best, you're a top 10 player. Supposedly, for me, you supposed to be a top 20 player. You should be a top 20, 25 player. Like, I'm not put. Why do I have to put a guy who lost 33%, who actually lost 63%, free, even more in the future, ahead of those type of people? That's so disrespectful.
Mm-hmm.
I would put John Stockton over you if I want. I would, but I'm not gonna do that because that makes it a little bit petty. But I'm just saying, like the overhype of the media is absolutely it's just giving me nausea. Like Shan Sharp with his no with his oh my god, this
Mm-hmm.
Memphis suit wearing. This dude is such a dick rider. Like bro, why do you carry 400 pounds, but you act like a fucking cheerleader. Like my nigga, you got to be kidding me. Like, stop doing all this. You're a grown man. You're 50 years old. And yet you acting like this. The GOAT James. Like, bro, cheerleaders doesn't even do this amount for their teams to win. You cheering for a guy who is like who only gets cheered to lose. I
Hmm.
cheer for winners, and I don't do all that shit. I just wear his jersey, or I just watch his games, or you know what I mean. I'll be on that Dick Ryan shit, just like you and Nick Wright. Um,
Nick
like
wrong.
what you guys always like. I don't know how much they get paid for. But you're not even on the same. Like I'm not a pocket watcher. You're not even half of the same tax bracket what LeBron James do, and yet you guys are doing things just in order to embarrass yourselves on TV. I just don't understand it. I feel like the media just like they need to either like they need to stop talking about this man in such an obsessive way. We could respect LeBron James as far as his presence in the game while doing all this this these antics and trying to make him to be better than what he is. I wish the media should be more objective so they could teach people who is in the new generation about basketball instead of putting these lies. So they will not get too because Nick Wrong always said all these stats that's freaking lies. Shoot, he always tried to put Giannis like if he's not a big factor. I'm like, come on, man. Like
Exactly.
it's just crazy. It's just crazy. I just wish that the media could just get changed and stop. You know, what I mean, it just
Hmm.
they need to grow up and just acknowledge that LeBron James is not the same, and that's fine.
Exactly.
You know, I don't hate LeBron James as a person, but I just absolutely just hate how the way people overhype him. I can't appreciate how the way he is. Is he a Jordan? Hell no, he's not a Jordan. Is he a Kobe? No. But as far as what he is, he's going to be forever going to be a top five statistical player, in my opinion, of all as far as all time. In my opinion,
Hmm.
I'm not going to put him on like, oh, he's top 10. Oh, he, he's like absolutely better than any other player in the league. No, he's not. There's so many skill players in the freaking league right now that's better than LeBron James. Shit, the reason why LeBron James is not even himself like that is because he doesn't even train his fundamental skills. All he
Hmm.
does is just use athleticism and put some decent work. Like all he does is just pump muscles and no skill. Like you can't be a bodybuilder in basketball. You're like,
Exactly.
come on. Like dude, like the dude is putting so much effort just in order for him to like, oh yeah, look at my muscles, bro. You got out rebound by a fucking point guard.
Mhm.
You got steal your ball. You actually got stolen by the ball by Patrick Beverly.
Hmm.
So he should be a freaking
Should be
he was
ashamed of himself. He spent over $1 million a year on his health and fitness. So why is Patrick Beverly out rebounding him?
out for waste. You should be spending $1 million on some skill. I don't care. Like I can ask any other person that's like, oh, can you teach me how to play? You teach me how to do defense, like a defensive coach or shooting coach or something, instead of just pumping muscle. Like as if that could intimidate people. Like what are you gonna do just because they are muscles? You got out muscled by a skinny person. Like I remember when like that I saw like that block against like it was either it was in the Knicks game or the Nets game, whatever. He got
Hmm.
he got blocked by someone who has not that much muscle. So
Wow. Wow.
like be honest here, this muscle stuff ain't working with you, man. Just
Hmm.
get your coach that'll teach you about your skill,
Hmm.
help you for defense. You know what I mean? Stop being a point guard because that's one of the reasons. That one of the things that pissed me off with the Lakers is because being you as point guard. You should never be point guard. He should never have been point guard in the first place. He should have been small forward, just play about 20 minutes, and that's all you had to do. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Minutes of work, and the team could do a rest. All he does is just pass stats right now. Yeah, and
Right.
also even though I'm happy the Lakers are winning, I'm not happy at the fact that he's controlling the team. He's controlling like how the tempo of the team is
Mm-hmm.
because that same strategy is not going to work. That LeBron James system ain't going to work. But I'm hopeful. I'm just still hopeful that the Lakers could still prevail on the playoffs and finals.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I know the Clippers are better. I already know about that, but I'm still trying to be positive. But yeah, that's all I gotta say. Like they really are too much. They really are hurting this guy with all the sucking that he's trying to do with LeBron. It's like come on, man. He already
Mm-hmm.
he already got injury in there. So,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
but I'm just saying, like the dude, like the media, they just need to have a better. They just need to stop doing that and also just be regular selves. Just analyze the game. Give me the best teams, and the best players that actually is putting real effort, or players that give me the best effort of the month. Like they usually do that. They used to do that. Well, not anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
That's
that's
true.
all I gotta say.
That's true, man. You hit it on a lot of points, man, and you came at it in the Shawn old way. And I'm glad you stepped up and showed out and came on the live. Jacob Lone Wolf, I'm glad that you did as well too, and Richie Rich as always. But Jacob Lone Wolf, start out with the closeout, man. Close us out, brother.
Yeah, I want to thank all you guys for giving your take on the panel today, and I want to thank everybody for joining the live chat, and giving their opinions as well. Because what we're trying to do here is give we're trying to give real basketball talk, and we're trying to go against the brainwashing, the narratives, the pumping,
Mm-hmm.
these guys that just worship LeBron. I mean, that's just a bad example for kids, man. And now what you're seeing in the NBA right now is you have this buddy system, and a
Yep.
lot of players are looking up to LeBron, because of the media brainwashing, and that's just not cool. And my name is Jacob Lonewolf, and Lonewolf is embracing being alone because when like 97% of the world, they don't do well with pressure, so they have to
Mm-hmm.
hate on the 3% of people who are actually making a change in the world. So when you're in that little percentage group, you don't really have no friends. So when you meet people that are just as real as you, it's just like it's the best time in the world because you're like, at least I ain't the only crazy motherfucker in this world. You know what I'm saying?
I like Jacob, man.
And like I said, remember last week, we're
Mhm.
1,000 miles apart, we're 1,000 miles
Exactly.
apart because if we come together, we'll basically destroy this fucking world. I
That's
want to,
right.
shout out to Shawn. Oh, I liked your takes, man. Um, I don't agree with you for rooting for the Lakers, man, but I
I
do see
understand.
that
I
I
perfectly
see that
understand about it, man.
yeah, I see that you have that alpha personality. That you're not just like you're not what you'll say like you actually say the real about the Lakers. You're not just one of those Lakers fans that deflects all the bad stuff and you just want to praise
Mhm.
the good thing. And I
Of course
respect it.
not. Yeah, of course not. I'm not. I did not agree with LeBron James coming to the Lakers. I was
Mhm.
pissed off when LeBron came to the Lakers. I'm like, LeBron, like you guys can't got Kawhi, but LeBron,
Yeah,
and we
yeah,
got
man.
all these sorry ass picks. I got a butt hurting Dwight Howard, and the rest of it just like it doesn't really make sense, man. It doesn't really make sense. I'm just living in the twilight zone as far as a Lakers fan right now. You know what I mean? I'm in the sixth dimension, something real ugly when I see it like all this hope, you know what I mean? Even though I'm still unpositive, the hope the hope of the Lakers winning just kind of getting slimmer and slimmer
Mhm.
because they don't listen to the fans. You don't even listen. Listen, if I was a consultant for the Lakers, I will make them into a better team than what it is.
Mhm.
You said give me that since 2000. You should give me that since 2000, like 15 or something.
Mhm.
I would say, oh, let's get Brian Shaw as a freaking primary coach instead of like Frank Vogel or Mark Jackson or something. But you
Yeah,
know, I understand where you're coming from.
yeah,
I know the Lakers right now. They're not in the good. They look like it, but they're not in the good streak right now.
Mhm.
yeah,
Go
yeah. I
ahead,
feel you,
Jacob.
bro.
Finish up.
Yeah, shout out to Richie Rich. That's one thing I learned from him. Is that when he speaks, he's very reserved. Yeah, he just has that poise that I like about him. So I want to give a shout out to you, Richie Rich, for basically giving your takes on the NBA and what's going on with basketball. And learn a lot from you guys. Um, like, are you and HeKnows? Are you guys like related? Like, or like, how did you guys know each other?
Oh, we're brothers, man. Also, yeah, appreciate the compliments, man. Thank you. I like your take on and your approach on how you cover these topics as well, man. You gotta what you're talking about, man. You're ingrained into this, man. We all enjoy when you come on the show and you give your viewpoints.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah, man. I'm a lifer, man. I ain't going nowhere, bro. So yeah, that's all I gotta say. Shout out to everybody that came on.
Man. Woo. Shawn, oh, man, go ahead and close this out. Richie, you get on that back end.
I'm thankful to be a part of the screen. Um, I know that y'all are bashing me because I'm still rooting for the Lakers. I understand that. You know, if I lose, I take it like a man. I've been seeing losses to the Lakers before, so I ain't gotta worry about it. I'll take it in stride, but I'm not gonna root for the worst franchise in NBA history. I'm not gonna root for them. I'm not rooting for the Clippers. That's just a no situation. Shoot, if I had to pick the Celtics or the Clippers, nah,
Don't do that. Don't
that's
do that.
bad.
Do
That's
that,
a bad.
bro. Do that,
That's
bud. But I hear you. I hear you. You don't want to go against the grain. I hear you.
Even though I like Kawhi, I like Paul George. I can't root for them, man. I root for them as individually as players, but I'm not rooting for the team. I'm just like, okay, Kawhi, you do your thing. Paul George, you do your thing. The rest, I don't care about it. But like as a Laker, for me, last year I did not root for LeBron James. I root for the team, except for LeBron James. Like, oh, you're gonna be, yeah, Lonzo Ball, you did his thing. Brandon Ingram, LeBron, stat padding as always, but we, it's a working process.
Mm-hmm.
It's a working process. I'm just hoping if the Lakers can actually make a good decision for once and listen to the fans. That's just all that matters for me. Um, I just what is it? If I made a prediction for like the finals for me, it will be the Bucks. It'll be the Bucks versus the Lakers or the Clippers. Hopefully the Lakers more than the Clippers. But yeah, I'm thankful for being part of the screen. I'm glad to talk to you guys about basketball. And also the delusional masturbating brainwashing that the media does 24/7 with LeBron James. But I don't hate LeBron James. I hate the hype about him. I wish that he could have been. I wish if he was more serious with his game, he could have been better than Jordan. In my mind, he could have been better. He could be better than Jordan, in my opinion, if he would have trained his skill to a T, or he has the same skill set like Kobe. Then I'll say like, okay, this guy is something special. But nah, I can't say that. You know what I mean? I
Mm-hmm.
still will give him props as far as his stats. I'll give him props for what he does in what he does as far as like anything the stats outside stats, there's nothing really I give props for. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
His game is absolutely basic. It's so boring, but yeah, that's all I gotta say. He's still good. He's still a great player, but I'm not gonna put him on the level like I'm not putting him as far as like a top five. I'll put him as far as top 10. If he loses one more finals, then he's out of my top 10. But but yeah, that's all I gotta say.
All right, Richie Rich, man, close us out, man. You there, Richie Rich?
Oh, he's
Yeah, I was muted. My bad. Shout outs to HeKnows, Jacob, Lonewolf, and Shawn. We appreciate you, Jacob, for coming on again, and Shawn for coming on again. You guys definitely brought, some heat and some fire today, man. You guys, brought a different uh, atmosphere to today's show, different viewpoint to today's show. You guys dropped some gems. It was uh, nice hearing what you guys had to say on the Clippers and the Lakers, situation. It was good hearing what Shawn O had to say, as a Lakers fan. So it was good to get that kind of viewpoint from a Lakers fan, seeing, what his mindset is going into the season, how he views LeBron. You know, we're gonna see what this season is about. I mean, you don't want to root for little brother now, man, but your mindset might change, man, if little brother finally gets that win on Big Brother. So
yeah,
we're
I'll
gonna
be
see.
I'll be rest for a year on basketball. I was like, man, I'm taking a break from basketball for a year too.
We're gonna take a break. Hey, man, we're gonna see, man. Hey, it's different when Kawhi. When you see a player like Kawhi go out there and do his thing,
I
you
know,
can't.
I
Yeah,
know.
you can't do nothing but admire it, man. Because that guy, it's about basketball with him, man. It's not
True.
about anything else.
That's true.
Exactly.
I can't. My pride just said, nah, man. I'd rather take it. I'd rather take the L like a man, man. I just take it. I just rather take it. Screw that. I know I'll be rooting for Kawhi. Like, yeah, Kawhi winning another championship, but I'd rather just take the L like a man.
You know what they
But
say, man? You know what they say. Before pride comes before fall. So just keep that in mind. Pride comes before fall.
uh,
Pride comes before a fall. So be prideful all you want. When that fall happens, you remember it was your pride that did that instead of you humbling yourself and swapping that damn Lakers jersey for a Clippers jersey. And let's just keep it a buck here. All of these Lakers fans, including Shawn O, are closet Clippers fans because let me tell you why.
closet Clipper fan in my life, man.
And the Los Angeles Lakers get their ass beat, and the Clippers are representing Staples Center. They going all of a sudden you're gonna see all of these damn Clippers jerseys. You're gonna be like, hold up, how the hell did these Clippers jerseys multiply? And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna put two and two together and say, oh, these are these secret ass Lakers fans that all of a sudden now, hey, LA represents. So you know we gotta represent LA. See, let me tell you something about
No,
LA.
no,
Let me tell you something
no,
about
no.
LA natives, dog. And Shawn O knows this. LA natives are going to represent LA. Now, is there a hierarchy? Yes. If you're a Lakers fan, it's taboo to root for the Clippers while the Lakers are active. But let me tell you guys something about LA fans. One thing they don't tell you is when the Lakers are not active, then they become Clippers fans. And when the Clippers are just whatever they always going to be Lakers fans. It is what it is. The Clippers are the sister until they not the sister. That's how LA fans root for their teams. There's always Lakers first. But guess what? When the Lakers ain't there to do what they got to do, they're not going to be sitting there and taking their pom-poms and pushing it to the side. No, they're going to cheer their pom-poms because you know what they're going to say? If they got to pick Clippers or they got to pick the Bucks, they ain't picking no damn Bucks. They picking the damn Clippers.
I'll pick the Bucks.
Nah, don't even try. Don't even
I
try.
want to trade jersey. I'll trade. I'll go for the Bucks.
Nah.
Yeah, I would.
I ain't buying that. I ain't buying that because I know how y'all LA natives get down. Y'all gonna root for LA. It's LA ride or die before anything else. So yeah, the Lakers are no longer in the equation. So now you don't feel guilty saying that okay, I'm rooting for the Clippers because now the Lakers are not in the equation. This is how the Lakers fans roll, man. I know this to be true because I've known some avid Lakers fans. They've given me the inside track on this. This is why I told you stop being covert and just swap the damn jerseys and just say I'm openly a Lakers fan. If you tell me, Shawn, oh, I'm a Laker fan first and a Clipper fan second, I'm fine with that. Or if you tell me I'm a Clippers fan first and a Lakers fan second, I'm fine with that. There's nothing wrong with having
Oh my God,
for two teams, dog. There's nothing wrong with that.
there's nothing wrong with two teams, but the correlation between winners and losers,
Oh, here we go.
it's not in the same sentence. You know what I mean?
But you got a 33% abysmal NBA Finals averager and performer, which is a consistency of mediocrity on your team. But yet the Clippers has a 67% NBA Finals averager and performer. What's your take on that?
He's the best of losers.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, even though he is a loser, he still got 3 championships.
Oh, he's the best of losers. You see, even you now. You see what I just said, Jacob Lonewolf? I said this earlier. Richy Rich, I said this earlier. People, I'm telling you, man, LeBron does this even to the best of them. People will start dumbing down. I know this to be true because I have a blood brother that has done this. I've watched him over the years dumb down his basketball knowledge because he's a LeBron fan. So I know it firsthand. People dumb down their basketball knowledge and they dumb down their liking to something because they have to do it because LeBron forces them to do it. Look what LeBron just did. He forced your hand because look what you're saying now. You've never said this before, but now you're saying because he's the best of losers. Hold up. If you're the best of losers, that means you still a loser.
Okay, yeah. I'm not rooting for no Clippers, man. Yeah, I know we have a loser in our team, but I'm not rooting for a team of losers. There's a difference.
No, here we go. The best of I've never heard that before. Thank you, Shawn O, because I didn't expect that cockamamie to come out of you. I expect that from Freddie G. That Freddie G that you always used to get on. That's who I expected that from. But from you, dog, I gotta hit you with that Nas, dog. I know you ain't talking, nigga. Nah.
If LeBron was still in Cleveland or Miami, I would never say none of this, man. I would be like, okay, I'll be my own business. But over here in this situation, it's just like I'm in the twilight zone.
Shawn, you don't feel ashamed that you're doing this? You've been listening to me all this time. I just said this earlier. Jacob Lonewolf, did I not say this? LeBron forces mediocrity. Shawn O, the guy that knows basketball, is dumbing it down because LeBron is on his team. Come on, man. You can't be dumbing down stuff.
All right, fine.
Go ahead, Jacob. What were you gonna say?
He's the Spike Lee of the Lakers. That's why.
You see? There you go. That's a good one. Spike Lee. If you want to call that Spike Lee, that's what he is.
Come on.
That's a good one right there. Come on, man. I just said this, Richy Rich. I went on a long soliloquy for damn near 45 minutes, and you didn't catch none of that. And what I said in that damn long soliloquy, I said, this is the problem with LeBron. If you're not careful, even this can happen to me, and I'm a three-dimensional thinker. If you're not careful, LeBron can make you dumb yourself down, man. And I refuse to dumb myself down. But look, Shawn O, because you are a Lakers fan, LeBron has forced you to dumb down. You know why? Because guilty by association. You still got to represent your team, and it just so happened. No, I like what Richy Rich did. When LeBron brought his ass to Miami, he said, F D-Wade, dog. I like that. You know why? Because he knew that the loser was coming to that damn team. And if he had to denounce his player and denounce the damn team, he did it. And he did it quick, fast, in a hurry like UPS, and he didn't even think twice about it. You know why? Because he didn't want that mediocrity to be part of his fanship experience. He wanted his fanship experience to stay authentic. When you accept LeBron James in your fanship experience, you have now dumbed down and compromised, dog. Now you've become a brain full of mush and a brainwashed dodo head. You can't do that. You can't do that. If LeBron is there, run the other way. That's the way that I say, run the other damn way. And you sitting there, I'm Lakers. You ain't running the other way. Now you said I have no choice to be twilight. No, you don't have no choice to be twilight. You have a caveat. I don't have it because I'm a Brooklyn Nets fan. There's no caveat outside of Brooklyn. Richy Rich don't have it because there's no caveat outside of whatever team he root for. Jacob Lonewolf don't have it, but you have it in LA. You got Man, if I had that, y'all would see one day I'm rocking a Lakers jersey, the next day I'm rocking a Clippers jersey. I would be happy that I have a dual fanship. And I would sit there and say, okay, they got LeBron, so I ain't rocking no purple and gold no damn time soon. Matter of fact, purple and gold going to be retired for the next 5 years because I'm not going to be part of no damn mediocrity and no losing. I'm going to make sure I have me a Clippers jersey on because guess what? I love their mantra. You know what the Clippers mantra is? And you should love it too. Our way. L-A-R way. L-A-R way. Shawn, it's L-A your way, dog. That basically what they're telling you, you could customize it to your way. So customize it to your way of swapping the Lakers jersey for a Clippers jersey. That's all they're trying to tell you. That's what you should be doing, dog. Rock your Clippers jersey. And for the next 3 years, you're gonna be chilling. Because if Kawhi's winning titles, guess what you're doing? For the next 3 years, you're going like this, dog. You're going like that. You're going to be like, damn, dog, I'm in the winner's circle instead of you sitting there being with LeBron James, who's on the tail end of his career, which is already an asterisk. And then you got to deal with not only the tail end part, you got to deal with the fact that he's going to keep getting worse and worse and worse. Whereas Kawhi is just now going into that damn prime. Come on, man, do the math. It ain't adding up for LeBron, dog. And if you want to keep your pride, which pride comes before the fall, with being with the Lakers, then go ahead and do that. But like Ben Castro told you, screw that. I'm with HeKnows, dog. Swap a damn Lakers jersey for a Clippers jersey. He wasn't the only one that said that. We've had a whole bunch of other people that have said that too. Yusuke Knight, I was done with the Lakers since 20. You got to know when it's time to be done with a situation, man. That's the problem. They don't know that. You got to know when it's time to be done. You can't be sitting there beating a damn dead horse, dog. Come on now.
I'll take my chances.
Never learn, man. Y'all got HeKnows this sport, and y'all still tripping out here in these NBA streets. Y'all never gonna get it, dog. Richy Rich, finish out your closeout, man.
All
right. Just wanted to thank you guys also in the chat, for being active in the panel. Also, keeping it live as well. You guys, enjoy your weekend. The weekend's coming up. We got some, disappointing game that so far tonight, but we got a big game coming up this Sunday night, the Clippers and the Lakers. I hope you guys are gonna tune into that because that's the game of the weekend. So we're gonna see, there's definitely gonna be like it's just another game to add to that rivalry that's supposed to happen. That much awaited meet up in the playoffs when the Clippers are supposed to play the Lakers. But we're gonna see how that game goes, and then we're gonna be able to have a discussion on that game. So I'm looking forward to seeing how that game plans out. So you guys be safe. Have a great night. Enjoy your weekend, and we're gonna get back on this live again on Sunday, man, to discuss some more great topics that's happening around the NBA.
All right, man. I appreciate everyone on the panel. Shawn O, thank you for showing up and showing out and staying. Let me step in. You're welcome to come back any damn time, man. It is what it is. Face the ghost. Salute to you, man. Thank you for being a recent subscriber, man. He said, big Kawhi fan over here. Appreciate you, brother.
You kind of look like Kawhi too.
I know. Salute to Jacob Lonewolf. I like the way Jacob Lonewolf always got to remind you why he is Jacob Lonewolf, why he has the Lone Wolf vernacular, and why his profile is a damn lone wolf. I love that, man. Every time you give that lone wolf story, it just gives a true alpha goosebumps inside of me, man, because it speaks to your rebelness. It speaks to your soloist. It speaks to you as a solo individual, and I understand that. Trust me, in leagues and droves. Anybody that has that kind of mentality, that's independent, that's a soloist, it can speak to that, and they understand that. So I appreciate you. Thank you for your contributions. I'm always going to be sending you invites, whether it's on Friday and Sunday. As long as you're ready to show up and show out, just, hey, hit the invitation and get in. Shawn O, you know what time it is. You're always welcome to come back. Shawn O is just too raw for TV. If y'all not ready for Shawn O, it is what it is. Just know that when Shawn O shows up, you're gonna hear something that you probably not used to hearing. That's just his personality. Richy Rich, appreciate you, man. We blood brothers. We brothers. We came from the same mom and the same dad. You know what time it is. You know how we cut. You know what I'm saying? I just am more animated with it, and you just more poised with it, but it's the same lethal ice water in his damn veins. It's just another way to go about it. So appreciate your contributions as always. Thank you for the consistency. Thank you for narrating the show while I was temporarily, you know what I'm saying, disposed doing what I was doing. Appreciate that. Y'all hit that subscription button, man. Comment, like, and share the truth telling message, man, that He Knows the Sport is delivering to you guys. Y'all gotta pass this thing on, man. Y'all got other people that do this stuff, man. Share He Knows the Sport to the world, man. When y'all go other places, just share it. I'm not telling y'all to post my link or anything like that. That's illegal. I wouldn't advise to do that because that's how people's channels and stuff get shut down. I'm just saying when you're talking to people in the comment section, let them know, hey man, I got a spot for you where you could come at and route them over. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with doing that. You know what I'm saying? That's just marketing 101. So just, you know what I'm saying, route them over here, man, and let them know what time it is. And trust me, they can be part of the experience because we have subscribers appreciation live streams. And you guys love it because He Knows the Sport gives you a unique platform to where you guys are, your voices is heard, you guys are special, and you guys are put out there in the forefront. You're not just a person whose comment is there and you're super chatting to me. I'm not sitting here asking you guys for super chats all day, every day. I feel like my material is good enough and I have enough good substance there. You want to donate, please, by all means, do it. I am not discouraging you from donating. Donate as much as you can, as freely as you can, and what you can. So hit that super chat button. You guys could already see, you know what I'm saying? I got my Cash App up, you know what I'm saying? Let me go out the way. That's my boy right there. Thank you for the subscription. But that's my Cash App, you know what I'm saying? Cash.me/money sign that heat and that fire, man. You know what I'm saying? Just donate to the cause, man. Donate to this channel. Support the channel. We got big things coming soon. You guys are gonna see some things that are gonna unravel. Trust and believe. When you guys see it, you're gonna love it. More to come. Sunday, we're gonna be back on the panel. We're gonna finish the rest of these topics, and we're gonna add a few more because we know there's some games going on, the games that didn't finish, games that's gonna happen tomorrow that we could talk about rolling into Sunday. Appreciate all y'all. Y'all have a great Friday. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Have fun, not too much. Don't let your pride make you fall. Swap your Lakers jerseys for Clippers jerseys, and just be responsible, ethical, and smart NBA fans. That's all I want from you guys. Not forcing you guys to do anything that you don't want to do. I just want to see you guys become smart fans in your fanship. That's all I'm expecting from you guys. Be responsible and hold people accountable. Start doing those things, and great things are going to happen for you, and you're going to be on the winner's circle. So, yeah, I have a great Friday. Peace out to everyone. Again, those who are new to the channel, hit that subscription button, comment, like, and share. Peace.
God bless you guys.
Peace.
Safe.
Peace. Stay fun.